All right.
Booyah.
Hey.
Hey.
That was
Brian Barczyk.
This is Brian Barczyk, and you've been checking in.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? How are you? Welcome to Checking In. It seems like we've been gone, but we didn't miss any podcasts, did we?
We haven't missed any podcasts.
For some reason, it feels like I want to say welcome back.
It's because you went on a vacation. You
Went
do
on
these
a
mini
staycation. It's a staycation.
You do these vacations every week now.
Every single week.
Yeah, I know.
Half the week. I go on vacation
Yeah, I
Monday,
know.
and I come back Wednesday night, and then I go on vacation till Saturday night.
Can I get this mic tuned down a little bit?
Yeah.
But yeah.
They are working vacations.
Yeah,
though,
no,
because
they're not really
there's-
vacations.
There hasn't been a
Sure.
whole lot of relaxation.
No, I definitely haven't.
Partially in part
bit
to Zeusy this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Oh,
you guys.
yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
We
we were
gotta talk
Was
about
there
that.
for about an hour.
yeah, we
Set it
literally
up.
got So we went out to Grand
Mother's Day.
Rapids to spend a couple days out there, and we bring the dogs, obviously,
Yeah.
and my German Shepherd Zeusy, our German Shepherd Zeusy. There's like a little retaining wall that's about almost 5 foot tall.
Pretty damn
It's
high.
pretty tall.
I
But you
wouldn't
can
jump
literally
it.
just like walk. I mean, it's like, you could just walk down and
You're supposed to go.
it's like 12 feet down the thing, and you just walk around.
Yeah.
Well, the first time we were there at that house, he like went to the edge and went to jump, and I like
Really?
said, yeah, and I was like, Zeus, stop, and then he walked around. But this
A
time
couple
I wasn't there.
times
Yeah,
We've done it. So you think he's pretty smart. And
Yeah,
pretty
he's really
diligent.
smart.
So
He's
now
so
it's
smart,
really
man.
curious now that he did it and hurt himself.
yeah. So let's
If he's
finish the
gonna
story.
do it
Yeah.
again.
So let's finish the story. I wasn't there, unfortunately, but your mom and Aunt Becky were there, and he apparently just took a leap of faith 5 feet off the thing, and now he's like a 7, 8-year-old
Yeah.
German
Almost
Shepherd.
eight.
Yeah, about
9.
yeah, but 8, almost 9-year-old German Shepherd. 115 pounds or whatever he is, and so something like that. Anyways, regardless, he's what up there.
80.
80, whatever. I like to exaggerate things.
270,000 pounds.
He's a big dog. But so he jumped off, and I came out. I didn't even know anything, and your mom was just sitting there petting him, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then he just couldn't put any weight on his foot at all.
poor boy.
So obviously, our biggest concern. He wasn't whimpering or crying or anything, but he couldn't walk, on his foot. And so obviously, this is whatever,
Yeah.
5 o'clock at night,
terrible.
and so we had to call the emergency vet. Then there was a several-hour wait to even get into the emergency vet, and then ultimately your mother took him in the. I thought we were actually coming back home. To be honest with you, I just figured, all right, we're just going to go home because we can't get into the emergency vet till morning,
Right.
so we're just going to come home and go to our vet here.
Yeah.
But when I woke up, your mom had woke up real early in the morning and took him to the emergency vet that was like 30 miles away.
That's crazy.
And, but
Yeah, it is.
so thankfully it wasn't broken.
That's a great news. Even
It is
though
great
it doesn't seem like that's the case
No,
because
because
he's got
he
this.
can't. Yeah.
He's got this huge cast on.
Yeah, he's got a cast on.
And also, well, let's just go into this and then let me share my perspective of what
Sure.
everything that happened. So he's
Sure.
got this big old cast on, and he limps like a motherfucker. Like I call him Gimpy now. I don't even call him Zeusy. I call him Gimpy.
Gimpy,
Come
yeah.
over here, Gimper. And like he literally just
Yeah.
he gimps and he walks and he runs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, stop running.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because he just got the gimp. But so you guys didn't even tell me this happened. This
No.
happened on Sunday. You didn't tell me. You guys got back home Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday night-ish. It
Yeah.
wasn't. You guys didn't tell me.
No.
So I'm upstairs. You guys come home. I'm editing. I just finish up what I was doing. Come downstairs. Zeus hobbles around the corner with the fucking cast on. I'm like, what, Zeus? What happened? I like almost I'm tearing up a little bit because I'm just in so much shock. I'm like, what are you doing, boy? Like, and first thing I'm like, he broke his arm. His arm is broken because it's a heavy duty cast.
Yeah.
You guys, thankfully, it's just sprained, but
Yeah.
that was very. I
Traumatic.
still don't.
Sorry.
I still don't know how I feel about that. I'm
Yeah.
just like, you're not gonna give your son just a little text. Hey, warning, your
Yeah.
favorite dog may have broken his arm.
Yeah, I thought about telling you, but I know how much you care about him, and I knew you couldn't see him. So I was like, I didn't want you to be upset.
That's fair.
Tell
That's
me.
fair.
But I
It
thought
is
we should have
fair.
told you. I figured
That
we
is
told
fair.
you when we got home instead of you finding yourself. Like, oh, by the way, your dog is missing a leg.
yeah. Could you
How do
imagine?
you I thought you told him when we got home? When when we walked in the door, it was with him. So, wait, no, wait outside, Zeus, just so you know.
It was just so shocking.
Yeah,
it was
sorry.
I was the
I
last
just
thing
didn't
I was
even
expecting.
think about it just because obviously there was a lot going on with everything.
It was so unexpected. I was wait, what? It was crazy. I didn't know what to. There were so many emotions.
Yeah, it definitely put a damper on the trip for me in particular. I mean, I'm sure it did for your mom too. But like I was already tired Sunday night because it was a really busy weekend, hectic weekend. And we got over there and then this happened and I was just like emotionally deflated. You know what I mean? Like how much I love all my animals. So like I just felt this, like all I wanted to do was like, please make them better. You know what I mean? And so I couldn't like have fun.
Bad.
Like, I'm going to have a good time tonight. When Zeusie's like, at that point I thought his leg was broken for sure.
Oh,
it's like I was shocked when it wasn't broken.
course.
So I'm thinking, okay. And we had, Artie the husky.
Yeah.
Of course, she broke her leg when she was young. And this is going back 8-9 years, whatever it was.
It was on a
maybe
kiddie
10 years ago.
pool.
Well, the
Yeah,
difference
she literally-
too, though, and that's why I wasn't sure, is I know when she first did her, she was crying
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, and that was the thing that was so, like, I was just going back and forth, and I was feeling it and touching it and
Squeezing it
No,
and
I did.
bending
And
it.
he
Yeah,
never,
hitting it with a hammer just to make sure.
He never yiped. No, I did. I bent it. Like, I did everything to see if I could get a
Twisted it.
reaction. And the
Jesus.
only thing is he just couldn't put pressure, and even then he never cried or
No, he
yiped.
didn't cry, yeah.
He just... like couldn't
Imagine
do
it was broken. She's just like readjusting it, making it worse. But he's just such a manly dog. He doesn't show any emotion. He's just
I mean,
really
it
jacking
could
it
be-
up.
Listen, this is how I raised my children. I treat my dogs the same.
Well, yeah. And the thing is this dog cries about everything.
That's it.
He
Like,
cries if you don't pay attention to him, but yet he breaks
but
his arm
him and
and he's
Arby,
like,
him and
This is
Phoebe
funny.
fight, and he'll yipe a lot.
This
So
is
that's-
funny. This is funny. This is important. This is
Okay.
important. Mom,
Okay.
Mom, you sent me a DM the other day or to this morning.
Oh, no.
Because this was just about talking about how our dog doesn't cry, I don't cry if we get
Yes.
injured. She sent me this thing that says, "My grandma's friend just told me, if you raise your children, you can spoil your grandkids. But if you spoil your children, you'll have to raise your grandkids."
I've heard that
oh,
before.
that's a good one.
That's
It
a
is
really
a
good one.
So
That
our,
is
our
true.
grandkids are going to be spoiled then.
Yeah, but that's a good thing, though. That's a
No,
good thing.
100%, and that is funny. We were kind of talking about the other day, but I
Yeah.
also found it humorous because it's true.
It is so true.
If you raise your children to be responsible adults,
Yeah.
who will parent their children,
Yeah.
because a lot of times that's it, right?
Yeah.
The people who have to raise their grandkid, barring bad circumstances of something
Yeah, of
terrible
course, of course.
happening,
It
is a
happens.
lot of times when people are just doing whatever, running
buck
off, and
wild.
then, you're right, and then the kids are left. Oh, I guess the grandma's got to raise them,
It happens.
By the way, can we back up for a second and
Let's
talk
do it.
about how horrible emergency vets are?
Oh, wow.
Why is it, number one, that you have a potential broken leg at 5 o'clock and you can't get in until 12 hours later?
Well, let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Potentially,
Are there that many
yes.
injuries?
I think so. I think so.
I mean, I
See,
just
and
I can't
according
believe
to them,
12
this
hours.
This is literally the problem, though. It probably
just-
is the worst day for something to happen is a Sunday.
Mm.
No other vets are open. Even our vet does Saturday hours,
Right.
but they're closed on Sundays. Everybody is.
Which
so
is
any
ridiculous,
issue,
by the
any
way.
issue
Come
you
on.
have
Come on, yeah.
has to go to an emergency. And when I looked on the thing, I only found 2 within.
in all of Grand Rapids. Yeah.
Yes, and the one.
Someone needs to open up more.
The one
To
I'm
the
reading
URL.
because I'm reading
Yeah,
the ratings too,
check
because
it
I do
out.
feel nervous. My dogs are kind of like my kids. Like
Of
I
course.
know the vet, I trust
Yeah.
them, and now I'm not gonna be able to take it to the place I know. So then I'm reading the reviews, and I'm like, oh my god. Not taking him here. Take your dog if you want it to die. Like some terrible
my
shit.
God.
Like, and I'm going.
we go there for an
and I
X-ray, and
know,
they're like,
right?
"We put him down."
I swear to God, one said that. So I was like, yeah, there was like some crazy shit. And I was like, what's the next one? And then that one had good stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm calling that one.
My dog went in for a flea treatment, and they put him down.
put him down.
Shit now.
I was
Without
like-
asking.
And so
Yeah.
even
He
though
just
that one
downed
had
him.
good reviews, I was still nervous because I'm like, oh my God, I don't know who
It's
the
just,
hell these people are.
I just don't understand it. I can take 12 hours. Number one. Number two, it's like, what was like $600 or
Oh my
something like
God.
that.
They'll crush you with
Yeah,
the
like
payment.
$600.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me
I mean-
wrong. I'm happy to pay $600 to make sure our dogs are happy.
Yeah,
but
it's just
normal
like-
people probably. That's like,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
you'd be like,
That's half your stimmy.
yeah, you'd be like, yeah, you'd spend
know what
half
I'm
your
saying?
stimmy on the dog.
well, you don't,
Baby.
and this is your issue, right? You don't have a choice.
No, it was-
because
yeah.
It was,
you know, what am I going to do? Make
for-
him wait longer and then potentially suffer more?
for instance, Joe Rogan. I was just listening to a podcast of his with Mark Maron.
Who is it?
Joe
I
Rogan.
don't know.
I haven't heard this guy.
Oh, Joe Rogan's.
It's this bald
Joe
guy. He
Rogan's.
does porn.
Oh,
He's a porn actress.
okay, that makes sense.
okay, yeah.
And he was
It's
talking
a
about
fluffer, yeah.
his dog. He used to own a pit bull, and
Yes.
in the state that he lives in, there's rattlesnakes outside,
Right.
and his pit bull would like to hunt and random animals on occasion. And his dog got bit a few times by rattlesnakes.
It happens a lot.
And
yeah. It
you
happens
know
a lot,
how
yeah.
expensive the antivenin is.
Yeah.
So he was great, not gratefully. He was blessed enough to have money because
Yeah,
you know
100 million from Spotify. Yeah.
yeah, this was before then, but
so it's
but
a
you know
million
he
and a half
still
a
had a
month, yeah.
lot of money, and so he could afford it. But
Yeah, he could.
But you know better than I
Yeah,
do.
most people
a lot
can't,
of people
yeah.
would just have
Well, it
to
was
put
just
their
like
dog down.
no, right. It was just like us with our husky Artemis when we took her to the vet.
Oh God.
It was $5,000.
we had to, which they
Yeah.
everybody who's been in that situation knows they
So
have those
much
loans. they
Yeah.
do
Payment plans and
Yes,
stuff,
they
yeah,
do
yeah.
those like specific like care
Well,
credit.
thankfully we paid
things.
outright
And
for
that-
it, but
no, we didn't.
No, we did because I gave him the debit card. I remember I
For
gave
what?
it for Artie when she died. When we put her down,
Wait,
we had
what were we
$5,000.
talking about?
No,
Oh,
but we
I
put
thought we
her
were talking
down.
about
Yeah,
for the
She
yeah,
broke
oh yeah,
her
no, when
leg.
she broke her
We
leg,
had
that
to
was
do
that was
yeah.
we didn't have
We had
money
to do
back
that
then.
care
Yeah,
credit.
so
No, we
no.
did pay for.
No, I was talking about when she put her down. I mean, literally, we took her there, and she obviously couldn't hardly move.
And believe me,
that was a
like
horrible
that's the
morning.
whole thing too. No, this is what I'm reliving as I'm dropping Zeus off at this thing. Like, what
Yeah.
am I doing? This is exactly the same thing I did with Artie, and then I never, you know what I mean? It was like not
Yeah,
a
it's
good.
heavy. It's
it
heavy,
wasn't
yeah.
a good
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
or
And
it
it-
worked
I-
out
you know,
good.
I always feel bad
and I
for
was
the-
happy, but it was
I
hard.
just feel bad, like he cried almost the whole way home. I'm sure it was a traumatic experience for him to spend 5 or 6 hours at some. No, he doesn't.
strangers,
He's
yeah.
never been at a stranger's overnight, or for hours. You know what I mean? Like even when he goes to the vet, he goes in for 10 minutes and then he's out. All of a sudden he's got hours. I'm sure that he's in a cage. He's never in a
Yeah.
cage before. So to him, he's probably like, "What the hell's going on?" I hurt my leg. Now my parents are just
Disowning
throwing
me.
Yeah, they're throwing me in a cage. Now I'm going to
believe me,
die
I
here.
know.
So it's like and unfortunately with the Corona thing now, you can't even go in. So it's not like you can spend time, just stay with them. Because I would have just wanted to stay with them for that period of time, but you just can't do it.
And it's
It
our
sucks.
dog.
It's
Like,
our family.
And imagine how. I mean, this is horrible. But imagine how the poor immigrants feel. It happens to their real families, dog.
Yeah, no, yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
Just saying.
Yeah,
No,
it's real.
And
No,
this
it's
is
real.
No
believe
joke.
me, and this is what
It's
helped
just a dog.
me deal with that too. Because yes,
Just
it
a
is
dog.
just a dog, and that's honestly because
That's
that's
how
how
much
I
we
am.
love 'em.
That's what I'm telling myself is okay. It's not the same, as if it was my child or this or that.
Yeah,
even
but it
though
feels the same.
no,
almost,
it does. But the
It
reality
does.
is,
Close.
that's how you have to sometimes deal with things. Is what
Well,
I mean?
I still
Put it
can't.
in
I still,
perspective of
years
what it
later, still
is.
can't look at a picture of Artie, our husky. I still can't.
hard.
I can't. I cry every time I think about her. And it's. I mean, that's horrible, right?
I
I'm such a
wonder-
wussy.
No.
No, it's not being a wussy. It's
You're
very
very-
interesting because
You're very shit, what's
it's just
the word?
interesting.
Compassionate?
No, let me. You say
Like the
it.
pottery guy.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
So we've been watching.
I need to hear more about this pottery guy.
I actually love this guy, and Lori hates him.
Of course.
So this guy, so we're watching this show, much like the Great British Bake Off, but
Yeah.
it's actually a pottery show,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the judge sometimes he cries because
All
the
the
pottery.
time.
It's so
He'll
good.
pick
Yeah, he'll
up
look at-
something to judge it and be like,
That's legit me, dude, all day.
I love it.
and I'm like, the first couple times, I'm like, what's going on? He's like, it's just so beautiful. I'm like, what the hell is
crazy.
going on?
I have
And
a
Lori gets all,
I need to
all
see
like
this.
pissed off about it. I'm like, I love this
like,
man.
what is this guy's
He's so
problem?
passionate. He's so passionate that even he just gets emotional and
He'll
cries.
pick up a dish or a cup and he like literally tears up.
I mean, it's amazing that
awesome.
And let me
someone could
tell you,
have that
some of the
passion.
shit's not good.
That's what I'm thinking. I know
like,
these
why
shows.
are you crying? Because it's
No,
so
but
bad.
I think what it is he's like the
just loves the
person.
craft.
Yeah, he loves the craft so much, and the person exceeded his expectations to the point where he cries about it. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's beautiful.
I have
I
very
have-
similar things with the. I mean, I've been crushing open mics. Literally, not to brag.
No, you're good.
But I've done 4 in the past 2 days.
Yeah.
Which is like more than I usually do all week.
Yeah, because normally you do like one every
One a day
night
or one every other
night.
day.
Yeah.
But like I was I'm not even gonna go fully into it because it's not really important. But I'm just trying to become better. So
Yeah,
smart.
if you do more, you become better.
Sure, yeah.
So quicker as well. And so I've been consuming a lot of comedy. And dude, sometimes the same thing will happen. I won't cry.
You get emotional, bro.
I'll get emotional. I'll be just very proud because these are all my friends now. And like when they do really well, it makes me proud. It like makes me happy. I'm just like, wow, like look at us go. Like
Yeah,
we're
dude.
really doing this shit.
Yeah. I was just talking to Jeremy, who was in town, obviously from Nerd, and I was telling him like how awesome it is that the comedy thing in Detroit seems to be like a family. Everyone is rooting for one.
Yeah.
For the most part, everyone's rooting for everyone, and everyone it's a
Definitely.
great thing. And it's such a bummer that the reptile world isn't that way. You know, I mean, like you have your cliques and niches and stuff like that, but even those can very easily be backstabbing. I mean, the
disintegrate,
guy
yeah.
like it's like, oh, he loves you, and then next thing you know, he's talking shit about you. It's very rare. I'd say extremely rare in the reptile business for someone that is successful or even modestly successful to actually want to help someone get successful. It's almost like they hate that someone else is coming into the business, and I don't feel that way at all. I feel the opposite way.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like
More the merrier.
So it's cool that the comedy world is that way.
At least I'm still really new into it. So until proven otherwise, it is that way.
But it seems that way even throughout the country, though. I mean, again, I'm not a comic, so I have no idea. But the stuff we
Yeah,
watch on TV, it seems like, I mean, look at all the podcasts that, with Theo Von and Bobby Lee and Bert Kreischer. They all kind of work together to
do.
help each other
They do.
rather than being like competitors. Joe Rogan has obviously had
They do.
look at all the
Well,
comics that have
it is
made a
true.
living
the
because of Joe.
reality is
It's
too
true.
is because if you think about it,
True.
while yes, there is potentially money involved or whatever, the reality of it is it's a whole different thing. I think that's where the derision started, is once the bigger money started being made then the bigger divided came, then the more hatred started coming. And it's not
But it shouldn't be that way.
Well, it shouldn't, but that's what ruins most things.
Yeah,
to
but
where
look
with
at-
these guys, like, you know what I mean?
nobody's
they're not
making money
they're-
yet.
Yeah, they're not
Well,
battling over.
not with you, but certainly with David Spade. I saw David Spade and Theo Von together the other day.
Right, but
and,
this is the
thing.
like,
Those guys are making real
honestly,
money.
They
you know?
are,
They
but
are.
the reality is, everybody at that point, you've carved your own niche, and so like those two aren't fighting for a spot. For
Well,
something.
no, they are.
You
They
know?
are. They are, though. They are. You know what I mean? They're fighting for that comedy special. They're fighting for that headlining gig. They're fighting for TV time. They're fighting for podcast views. They're fighting the same way as everyone else. I mean, they're competitors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think
think
it's a
it's-
little bit different.
Well, it's not that. It shouldn't be different. Is what I'm saying. Is that
One
reptile
thing though
people-
is that like, so with an art form, whether it's music, comedy, whatever,
Right.
you can listen to as many different people as you want, and everyone's a little different. But a pastel ball python's a pastel ball python, no matter who has it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're fighting for that sale of that pastel
It's
ball
like
python.
Target and Walmart, and you know what I mean. The store's fighting.
So
for
I see a little
sale
bit, but it shouldn't
versus-
be like that. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I see that it is
It's
a
just
little
a
bit.
bummer.
Yeah, it's a
I
bullshit.
admire.
Yeah.
I
it's
have
definitely a
admiration
bummer.
for. I have admiration because again, when we grew up in the reptile community, it kind of was that way.
I agree.
And I think
it
that
was like we all got together
there's
and hung
different-
out.
There's different sections too. So if you go to the hobbyist level, if you go to the societies, the herp societies, like that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
but those are
with these-
non-existent now.
Well, I think there's not as many. There still is some, but that's
I don't
the
know of any,
level
but-
that it's where it's about camaraderie. It's about the people who get together just because they love the animals.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, and
not
that's one of the
about
things. Hopefully,
money.
when COVID opens up, I had mentioned I wanted to open up a Southeast Michigan
Herb Society.
Herb Society,
That'd be
and
cool.
and I want to have the meetings here at the Reptarium.
That'd be
And just
awesome.
for fun, just have like people that are interested in reptiles. Have we get pizza or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We hang out. Have maybe guest speakers. And just have a good time. I think that's
it takes
vision.
it back to what we were just saying,
Yeah.
is to where you've got the groups of people just, like we were saying, common interest, hanging out, making friends, a
Yeah.
common thing that you like
Yeah.
together.
It'd be good.
Yeah, it is interesting because, we all try, at least like the people I hang around with, because comedy's a very interesting world because a lot of people are very introverted, a lot of
Yeah.
people are very goofy, quirky.
Yeah, well, that's what making comics. Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle said something so beautiful the other day on Joe Rogan's podcast.
I seen that. It was a good one.
He said, what people say is like, oh, the person that you are on stage isn't who you are off stage,
Right.
like, which is true. But in the case, how do I set this up properly? Dave believes that when you are on stage, that's the real you,
Okay.
and then when you're off stage, that's the you that political correctness makes you become, right?
Well, yeah, that
And
makes
it,
sense.
and,
fair.
and what is like usually said is the other way around. Like that's not the real you on stage, and the you is when off
yeah.
stage. And
Well,
I
yeah.
agree with Dave. Is like when I'm on stage, that's when I'm 100% me.
Yeah.
And then when
Well,
I get
used to
off,
say- yeah,
I close back.
I used to
up.
say that the vlog Brian was the person I wanted to be. Right.
Okay.
That's like who you see on the vlog is who I aspire to be. Always being positive and upbeat and full of energy. And then off, I know you don't want to. And I'm not talking about the energy side. I'm not talking about the energy like, oh, look at this bottle of water. It's so amazing. No, what I'm saying is that, I mean, it obviously the vlog me is me, but it's the best version of me.
I know
The
what
problem
you're
is when I'm not vlogging, that best version isn't always there. So I think that
Interesting.
that's the same thing that you're saying on stage. It's like, it's not like fake. What it is
No.
it's the best version of you.
Well,
It's
how does
taking
that
all the
work?
negativity
How
out.
in the vlog you show the best version of you, but then the probably not so best version of me?
No, it's the best version of you too.
No, it's not.
Why? Why not?
People love
I
it.
think that's the best version.
They
I
love it.
The
really,
best
you
version.
think me, the bitch, is the best version? 'Cause
No,
that's
no,
how I
no.
feel
Maybe
that
the
is-
most entertaining.
Most entertaining for
You
sure.
chasing around Michael with your fucking fly swatter? That's
That
hilarious.
was Jeremy, yeah, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Well, yeah,
Jeremy,
yeah.
Jeremy with
Hysterical.
That's
Yeah. It was
hilarious.
good. Yeah, people laugh. You make people,
People-
smile.
Spirit
What?
animal.
What would you rather have? 2-minute segment of you nilting?
Nilting.
Quilting and knitting
Ooh.
at the same time.
know,
That's
I
a new.
haven't-
That's a new
yeah,
one. That's a new
I
one.
might have to
Check it
try
out.
this
Nilting.com.
Nilting.com.
Hey, listen,
is it available on GoDaddy?
Let's hit a
That's
couple
what
of
the
these supers.
Catholic
Yeah, you
Church
got it.
makes
Let's
you do.
hit a couple of these supers so we don't get too far behind.
Southern Scrap Crusader says, "What up, Brian, Lori, Juggalo, Noah, whoop whoop."
Hey, what's up, my jug?
What's
My
up,
juggy.
man?
That's
my
awesome.
jugga.
Where'd Lori go? Lori left.
Simple Man says he threw $50. He
Nice,
says,
man.
"Hey, hope you're all doing well. Working on my car right now, but I'll be listening. Hope
Oh,
you all
yeah.
have a great night. And Lori, happy belated Mother's Day. Hope you had a good one."
Dude, that guy's
thanks,
jacked. Look at his profile picture.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
got
he's
some fucking
slamming, dude.
guns on him. He's holding the carp as well.
He's probably holding the car up with one hand and
Yeah.
fucking fixing it with the other. He's literally just like,
a car up or a carp?
Yeah.
I thought you said a carp.
I
but
did say a carp, but we're rolling with carp.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
rolling,
okay.
car,
baby.
yeah,
We're rolling,
with the
baby.
car, yeah.
That's
Well, thank you,
hysterical.
Simple
I know
Man.
we got a
appreciate
couple
you. Good
more.
luck
Yeah, of
with,
course, of
good
course.
luck with that fucking
Yeah.
car, man.
He'll crush it. You know he will.
Oh yeah,
literally.
He's a man. Yeah, he's a man.
He's fucking ripped.
Castillo, what's up?
Clistia says, "Hello, Brian, Noah, Lori, and Jay. I
What's
hope
up,
everything
cutie?
is well with you guys. I love the vlog today. Noah and
thank you.
Brian, much love."
Thank you so much.
We both
I
dropped
yeah.
vlogs today.
Yeah, we both. Yeah, Noah dropped a vlog as well, so go check that out.
Oh, by the way, last week we were trying to figure out
who's
like
calling?
what did Simple Man do versus Silver Cash or whatever. Remember
Right.
we were trying to figure it out.
Right.
He says he's a painter at Vermeer.
Oh,
Painter?
Vermeer?
What's Vermeer?
I don't know, but that's what he said.
which guy are we talking
Simple
about?
Man.
Simple Man's
Simple
a
Man.
painter.
He's a painter at Vermeer.
So does this
Vermeer.
guy paint walls or does he paint canvas?
So industrial and agricultural.
Well, no, but
equipment.
look at this, James Vermeer.
No, that ain't him.
This ain't
though.
him though. That's for sure.
Maybe that's him. Maybe
No,
that's
it
Simple
Is
Man.
that Simple
right?
Man?
No, it's
Look at the
not.
hat.
No, it's
That
not.
Oh, that
like
does
him.
look just like him. Look at. I mean, put a car in his hand, and it looks just like him.
Those are world famous paints.
Yeah,
I
Vermeers are nice, dude.
So that's awesome. Good.
Well, good
that's,
shit.
That's awesome shit, man. You definitely are not pizza and rats then.
That's for sure. Oddball says, "Happy Wednesday, bar checks." Brian,
baby.
can you possibly make a video on how you got RJ and the whole story behind him?
Yeah.
I think many newer viewers don't know.
That's true.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, not a bad idea. And we're doing something with RJ
Tomorrow,
so
or
tomorrow,
something like that,
So
yeah.
maybe it won't be in the vlog tomorrow. We're filming some things on RJ tomorrow.
That's
So
not a bad
maybe,
idea.
Maybe that's maybe we'll talk about
Yeah,
RJ.
why don't we do that? That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Tiffany says, "Hey
Tiffany
guys,
loves us.
this
She's
is
always
for
so
the
happy.
This is for the fund of a fun night, so jewelry can be made, and I can get a Helen necklace."
Yeah, she needs. So we
She needs a Helen
we
necklace?
need. Yeah. So when Lori gets back in the house,
Yeah.
she had a phone call. I don't know what it was about. Here she is. Everything okay, Lori?
Yeah.
You seem very happy.
What? I had to go.
I had to go.
I had to go.
I had to go get the food that the person upstairs was ignoring
Oh.
for 10 minutes. So.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
good.
Oh, yeah, we got
That's
some
always
food.
good.
So
This
we need to make Tiffany a Helen
Necklace.
necklace.
And by we, you mean you.
Yes.
No, and by we,
No, I don't know how to
you.
do
No.
that. I don't know how to do
Neither
that.
do I.
Yeah, you do.
No.
You're a gatherer.
I don't
weren't you-
have
weren't
to
you
make
guys
anybody
caught her?
anything.
I know, but weren't you doing some jewelry soon?
She was doing tomfoolery.
It still has not happened.
Okay, so when it happens, we just have to do a Helen one for Tiffany.
Who is Tiffany and why
She's
do I
right
have to
there.
do that?
Jesus.
Tiffany.
She's
right
one of our
there.
mods.
She's one of our mods. She's a very staunch
That's
supporter.
nice.
She always helps
Okay.
us with everything.
So
She
you can
buys
do that.
reptile
Brian
army
will
stuff.
take care of you, Tiffany.
I don't know how
he
to,
will make
Tiffany.
it and he will
If
ship
I knew
it.
how to,
You
I
can
would, but
enlist
I don't
Jessica.
know.
Oh, you know what?
You figure it out.
I think you're smart enough to figure it out.
I don't think
Wouldn't
so.
Not that hard.
I don't think you can do
Like
it. Dad.
what? Why wouldn't it be like okay?
What?
So if I do something that like I'm good at, and you come to me and say, Brian, can you do this? Do I say no? You do it?
Yeah, sometimes you're like, I don't have time for that.
Tell me an example because I don't know one of them.
I'm not, because I don't log examples of shit in
No,
my
I'm
head.
just saying that you always come to me.
I
with, like,
usually just do it myself because
No,
it'd be done quicker
you
and faster.
You come to me with a lot of projects, and I always am happy to do it. So I know how to do something, so I do it rather than going like, "Well, you don't know how to fix this, but I do.
But
But why don't
honey-
you just fix it? Because I don't give a shit about
So
you."
when we show you how easy it is to do that, you'll be like, oh, okay.
All right, so
You've
that's
literally
that,
done
so that,
similar
so we could
things.
we could do that. You could
Yes.
show me how to do it, and I'll do it.
Okay.
But I'm not doing it on my own because I have no fucking clue how to make a piece of jewelry. You know, just show me. I'll be happy to do it
Literally,
at that
if
point.
the pieces were there, you could figure it out. It's not hard.
Okay, whatever.
I had
yeah, but
you're very
Yeah.
smart.
This
You're
is fucking great.
intelligent.
This is a good
I know,
clip.
and
This is a
then-
good
then-
clip.
Yeah, and then 5 minutes, 5 ruined necklaces later.
No.
No,
You
they're
know,
not
Ruined
ruined.
necklace?
No, but listen, you guys know-
What are you from RuneScape, bro? You playing World of Warcraft, bro? What do you
I
got
don't-
going
listen,
on?
Okay, so I see a piece of like the metal piece or whatever it's called,
Rune necklace.
and like I've got to put a piece of shed down and then put epoxy in there.
No, don't
right?
forget the paper behind it to give it the
See,
color,
exactly,
Brian.
and that's
I
what
know.
I'm saying.
Go
I
watch
don't
the
know any of
vlog,
that.
dude.
I don't know the
Oh, right,
paper.
that's
I
right.
don't
you
know
did
this.
do a vlog on it too.
Yeah, well, he filmed it. I wasn't even in the fucking room, so I have no idea how to do it. My would turn out like shit, and then
I
you'd be
believe.
like,
Wait
you
a
know,
second. I
and then
believe you-
Tiffany would be mad.
you
She
were
quit being a
there.
mod.
You were there watching, and honestly, it would be much more valuable to her and everyone if you actually. Made
That's
it.
fine.
I
Show me
agree.
how to do it. I'll do it. But show
got
me.
you.
Don't make me learn on my own.
This has got to be a vlog piece too. So
Yeah, don't,
there we
let
go.
me do that. Okay.
Brian will be making all the new reptile jewelry.
Oh, great. Jerica says, my kid is in double lower leg cast to try to stop.
Damn.
Wait, it gets better. Hold on. To try to stop his tiptoe walking. It's day 6, and he started walking on the tips of the cast.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Oh my
You hear
God.
him clicking down the fucking
Yo.
hallway. Click, 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 click.
There was this girl in my class, Emily. I don't even care. I'm name dropping. Name dropping.
Emily.
She would walk around town
Walk around town.
She would walk around town on her tippy toes,
Oh my
and
gosh.
she would do it because it would make her taller, and like she was conscious
Probably
about
crushing
her
the heels game
shortness.
now.
And dude, she would just walk tiptoe all day.
That's pretty invasive though. Like you're walking on your tiptoes, we're putting casts on you.
I love
Some
it.
fucking casts on
This
you,
is
man.
the stuff they do with children now.
I know.
You know what
They give 'em
my
helmets
brother
and
my
shit.
brother
Yeah.
like sucked his thumb for like
And now
they
he's
put the retainer
sucking
in?
something
like
else,
literally
you know
till
what
like
I'm saying?
until he was like 8 years old. Yeah, right. That is
Zinger!
Come on,
that-
fire.
Bing, 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 bing.
that's fact. But, that's
That's
fact.
value.
No cap. That's value.
There's value there. There's value there. But
bussin'.
but they like I remember the doctor like put like this like nasty gunk on his thumb so that when he said it tasted like poop. So that when he would suck his thumb, it would taste like poop. That's how he got stopped doing
And
it.
he would make you lick it off.
it was
and then-
poop
No,
on
no,
there.
I never tasted, thankfully. But
You know why they?
it was like it was probably like the liquid fart. You know,
It
stuff.
could have been. That's pretty gross. My friend Dominic, one day in high school or chemistry class, he brought in one of those fart spray
Yeah,
bottles,
those are bad.
and he squirted at least 10 sprays in the chemistry class. We didn't have class that day.
Yeah,
They literally canceled the chemistry class. We
They're
like
like, no.
went outside for
They
the
could
day.
have taught you about chemistry, the fart chemistry.
Exactly.
Pretty cool.
You know, that would have been good.
One thing, what were we talking about to the thumb? So you know why they don't let kids suck their thumb?
Why?
It forms your teeth into like a circle.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, it
Like, it
messes
literally-
up your teeth.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
the people that smoke cigars. They always have that messed up lip.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Kind of, yeah.
Mess
similar.
up your teeth, can mess up your jaw.
You can get
Yeah, that's
overbite from it,
crazy.
yeah.
But you know that I saw something about why kids suck their thumb is for comfort.
Sure.
And what it does is it resets your vagus nerve. And that's that. You know, your vagus nerve is something that's tied to anxiety.
Neurological system, yeah, yeah.
You know, so that's what gives off. Yeah, it gives off the cortisone and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So if you suck your thumb, your vagus nerve feels better.
So is that why like old people always are sucking on Werthers?
Probably
That makes sense,
probably.
yeah.
Does it
that
like
totally
calm
makes
them
sense.
down or something?
I have
Because
no
they're
idea.
delicious.
'Cause they're
Well, that, but like, is there something
Butterscotch
to sucking
freshness.
on stuff?
I don't know.
That's
I
interesting.
mean, it doesn't hurt.
Or is it just your thumb?
I think it. So the thing I
no, because
saw
you
in
figure
it.
pacifier. A lot of kids
Yeah, the
do
thing I saw in it
pacifiers.
really wasn't even the thumb or the pacifier or anything. It was the fact if you literally just open your mouth like a little bit and relax your jaw, which is kind of what you're doing when you're putting something in your mouth. It actually that sends the signal to the vagus nerve to not send
Listen.
off cortisone.
So I watched this
Cortisol,
video.
I think it's called. Actually.
Cortisol, yeah, stress
Cortisol.
hormone.
Yeah, that's true. I watched this video about how Navy SEALs go to sleep in under 2 minutes,
Yeah, it's like a circular breathing.
and one of the key aspects
Not
of
circular, but 1, 2, 3,
one of
4.
the-
Cube.
it, 1,
breathing,
2,
I think
3,
they
4,
call it.
5, 6. Are you counting now? What's going on here?
Yeah.
No, one of the key tips to the sleep was relaxing the jaw.
Yeah.
Making sure that you close your eyes and you just relax your jaw. You don't let your mouth hang, but just like relax
So
it.
yeah, so they relax their jaw and then they do what they call actually square breathing is what it's called.
Square.
One,
It's
two,
1, 2, 3, 4,
four.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So
In,
breathe
out.
in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3. Breathe out 1, 2, 3,
okay,
4.
okay.
Breathe in 1,
How
2,
the
3,
hell am I
4.
Sounds
gonna
like a
fall-
triangle.
I'm not gonna fall asleep trying to remember how to fucking do that. That's gonna wake me up.
No.
But
I close my eyes and I fall asleep.
Yeah,
that-
you are blessed.
Well, you are like we watched TV last night and it was
Okay.
like 8. It was like
I was
8.
tired. You
And,
laid
and
down.
like
I didn't.
so we put on like the show she wanted to watch,
Yeah.
which was guys grocery games, but with Duff for the sweets,
dessert one.
Dessert. She was done, and I was bummed because it was a pretty good show, and I was like, you didn't even know what happened.
I can rewatch it. I do that a lot.
I'm telling you though, because sometimes I'm restless. I'm genuinely like restless. My brain's going.
Mm-hmm.
I notice my jaw is always really tight.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
It's
yeah.
really tight, and then I relax it, and then within 5 minutes I'm out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
how
no,
that
it is.
is.
Yeah, you're
Very
like a Navy
interesting.
SEAL. Yeah,
Jen says, wishing
Yeah.
Zeus a speedy recovery.
Thank
My
you.
pup just lost his eye 2 weeks ago.
What?
Holy
I know how
shit.
scary it is.
Jeez.
I think it's a little more scary for you,
Yeah.
Jenny.
I'm sorry, Jen,
man.
because yours is way worse. Like
Yeah.
that'd be terrible.
Could you imagine?
have
the
4
dog
legs, only
losing
2
his
eyes.
suit? Yeah.
Not worse than what happened to Jay on Sunday.
What happened?
You didn't hear?
his friends.
Oh, yeah.
So Jay, not
The
big Jay,
edutainer.
Edutainer. Yeah.
Jay the edutainer.
Yeah.
They, him and his buddies
We're out
ride
on
crotch rockets.
Yeah.
And one of the buddies in the leading pack, he was just wearing a hoodie, nothing, no motorcycle jacket.
He had a helmet on though.
He did, and he
Good thing.
he fell down while going hundreds of miles an hour, and literally
No arm left.
Desheathed his arm.
His arm is gone. They had to amputate
They had to
it.
amputate his arm. Yeah.
So-
And he
Did you see the picture?
I did.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
saw
oh
it.
no.
Can I
don't
tell
wanna
you what
see
it looked
that.
like?
No.
It looked like a Slim Jim cut in half.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
a peeled banana.
Yeah, it was
but
bad.
red.
It was bad. Lots
Yeah.
of blood.
All blood.
It was
That guy was not.
I
yeah.
can't even watch the stuff on the medical shows on TV. I gotta close my eyes. I
Yeah.
don't want to see the real shit.
It's a bummer. It's a terrible thing.
It's a bummer, but isn't he incredibly lucky that
Yep.
only thing that happened is his arm? Like, how did he only get away with his arm? Like, you're going hundreds of miles an hour. How did you survive that?
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
crazy. And how did he only stay on his arm? Like, I have all these questions that I need to
Talk
maybe
to
get
him.
this
Need
guy on a
answers.
fucking podcast.
Oh, we should get him on a podcast.
We should
Well,
get him
he's
on the
not gonna know.
podcast.
He's not gonna be able to tell you because he's gonna remember probably the initial of either what
Yeah.
he hit or slamming on his brakes, but the other stuff till whatever.
Well, I guess what
he can't
happened is it was
remember.
at that 696 set 275 interchange.
Oh, no.
And it was with the turn, and he was going at the turn like 150 miles an hour.
No.
And so he just like went over the curb. You know, like it's like you couldn't make that turn.
Damn, dude.
And they all have
Well,
like
he said that
walkies
there
on.
was traffic though was stopping. And
Oh,
that
okay,
They
is
were
that-
saying that like, hey, stopping ahead.
Yeah,
or
because they
something
all
like
have
that.
communicators, so they were all saying like slow
Yeah.
down, slow
Yep.
down, and he was just like going at
Going
it, man,
in.
and he so yeah.
That's
so
why
anyways.
I can't do that. One last thing.
Yeah.
And I'll go. That's why I can't do that. I know that I'm not fully mature yet. And so I know can't control myself. Like, if I have a fucking lever that I can just twist a little bit and get 50 more miles an hour, I'm cranking that
Yeah.
thing.
And the thing about the crotch rockets is that they go fast, and the faster you go, the smoother the ride.
Yep.
So
How
like
messed
I
up is
remember going with Uncle Lee's, and I remember taking his out, and I just was like gunning it. I didn't even
Yeah.
know how fast I was going, and this was down a 45-mile-an-hour road, and
Yeah.
I was going 120.
And
Like
that-
it was that, and I felt like I was going maybe 50.
And that's really
Yeah.
says something because you are a type of guy that
I don't like speed.
like the speed.
Well,
It didn't
and that's
feel
why
speed at
I'm
all.
glad
That's
that
scary.
you don't have one because it would be.
No, I don't want
I would.
one.
I would be worried all the time.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
worried all
God,
the
yeah.
time with.
We'll get you that moped
with
going.
him. Yeah, exactly. I'd still be worried with just a regular, like a Harley or something.
Yeah.
But even though those are cruisers, just because accidents can happen. But like
Yeah.
The thing with the
crotch
Harley,
rackets
yeah.
are just terrifying.
Yeah, the thing with the
Like,
Harley is when you're doing like 70, you feel like you're doing 180.
Yeah,
Really?
It's
Oh
so
my
heavy.
God.
Yeah.
You're being
Well, yeah.
jostled so much.
Yeah, I mean your eyeballs are freaking
Vibrating,
You can
yeah,
barely
yeah.
see
You
because
can-
your eyeballs are like.
Well, you can get other
Even with
cruisers.
glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean at least mine. Mine's a pretty
Yeah.
violent Harley.
You
though,
can get
you know?
smoother riding ones, but they're just not made
Yeah.
for those intense speeds.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
mine
where the
is like
crotch rockets
over
are.
like
Yeah.
70, and you're like your eyeballs are shaking out of your head.
You know that movie Wild Hogs?
Yeah,
I've always I don't have any friends that ride. I don't even ride. I don't know how. But like that whole scene of like just riding across countries or state lines with
Yeah.
your buddies, just like
So cool,
having-
right?
you know,
it's just
I-
like
yeah.
it's like one of those like things that just seems very like I want to do that one day.
So
Yeah,
you
I
know
don't
what
think I
be,
would.
No, I was gonna say, you know, what would be fun is
What?
if that guy, obviously after Corona, does his Route 66
Route
things
66,
again,
yeah.
where you pay so much money and
Yeah.
then he rents all the Harleys and stuff.
yeah, and you ride from
start,
Chicago
Yep.
to L.A.
What?
Just
Yeah.
yep, the big
Down
group
Route
of people.
66.
That's so
Down
cool.
We
Route
went to
66.
we were on Route 66
For a
a bit.
long
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
For a
and-
long
yeah,
time.
Winslow, Arizona.
But
And,
that would
uh,
be a cool thing to do.
That would be
road
very
trip.
cool.
Yeah, and they stop at all the famous Route 66
Oh, that's
stuff.
so
it's
cool.
cool. I just don't. I'll be honest with you. I just don't. I mean, I have obviously a bike, and I don't really enjoy riding it much, you know what
Well,
I mean?
this is the thing,
Like, I
though.
don't.
If maybe you had a little less violent of a bike, you would enjoy
know,
it
I-
more.
Well, when I get my
was
trike
wondering
back,
that.
I might like
no.
that.
No, I
That's
mean
gonna
you
be
can drive it
so
once or twice,
cool.
but that's gonna get sold.
I saw one on the road the other day.
Yeah.
Trike all blacked out, and it was
Actually,
just so.
punch this one up.
it was
Punch up
just so cool.
1959 Harley trike,
Yeah.
motors or police trike, and then just look at the picture of it. It's freaking dope.
Is this it?
Yeah.
No way, dude.
That's
you
it.
have this is the one that's getting worked on right now?
Yeah.
Well, that's not the actual one, but
But
yeah, it's
similar?
just like that. Yeah.
That's hysterical.
But it's going to look way better than that because the engine alone looks so sexy, man.
Dude, I was at this gas station over here not too long ago, and I seen a guy with the sidecar on his motorcycle with a dog in it with like the goggles on and shit. It was so cool, man.
I follow a Great Dane.
No, you don't.
In California. That's what he does. Like that's all his posts are of the
so
Dane with
cool.
the goggles in his sidecar driving around.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. But yeah, that one will be more my style because it only goes like 55, 50, like maximum. But it has what they call a suicide shifter on it.
What's
That
that
sounds
about?
Because instead
pleasant.
of your feet shifting, you've got to shift with your left hand. So like you got to have one hand on the steering wheel. But
At least there's an extra. Yeah, I was gonna say at least there's an extra wheel.
I'm not worried about it. Some bikes have it. Some actual two-wheelers have suicide shifters, which is crazy. But
And they call it suicide because you die a lot, huh?
well, it's because it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, even when I ride, a lot of times I'll ride one-handed because it's pretty good. Not fast, not going 80 miles an hour or something like that. But
Well, they
if
used
it's
to
cruising
have
down the
that
road-
knob you'd put in your steering wheel. The
Oh
suicide knob.
Yeah, suicide. It's illegal. You can't
Because
even have one. Yeah.
I remember
What?
because your dad had it on his car,
Yeah, 'cause he was
and
paralyzed
I
on the left side.
loved
Why is it
driving with that. Oh my
why is
god,
it
it was
illegal?
so
because
fun.
it's so easy to get out of control because you can just be like whipping it, man. Whoop.
Not
whip.
like if you're an idiot, but actually to use it is actually so fun.
Pleasant.
and
It's
easy.
illegal.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not allowed to
I
have a
see them
suicide
occasionally.
knob on
I
you.
mean,
I
we
mean-
always go to stores and parking in parking lots, and you just look around. I see them occasionally.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have them. Yeah. At least in Michigan, I don't know if it's a
weird.
nationwide thing or not.
I mean, do you
but-
ever do that when you're making turns?
Always.
Just the one hand?
course.
Always.
Because it's
Yeah.
pretty much the same premise.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's
Of
just like-
course.
it'd be just easier to do it. 'Cause you have a grip.
Yeah. But yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
Tell me.
Unless you want to hit some super chats.
Let's hit a couple supers and then we'll hit it.
Let's hit some super chats. Keep those
Yeah, remember that
supers
question.
rolling.
Allie says, I had to put my older dog down this week. I had bottle raised him from a day old, and luckily
my
they
gosh.
let me be with him until the end.
I'm
Well,
so
at least
sorry,
that was
Allie.
good
I mean,
that you
that's.
did get to be
I
with
I'll
him.
be honest. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be with the dog.
Really?
It's hard.
I would
So,
like. Oh,
wait,
it'd be too much for
You
me.
couldn't?
I
So does
couldn't.
that mean you couldn't even be next to a loved one while they die? Because it's the same thing. You know, like in the movies, you're like, Mom, you're like, hold my hand, and I'm like dying. I'm like, one last thing before I go.
Yeah,
One
right.
last thing.
He just farts and just.
And I just die. Yeah. Like you couldn't do that. I feel like I would
My
actually.
mom did it with my great grandfather.
And I think it would be more preferable for me because at least I know, like, I was with
were
them
there.
the last moment.
They weren't alone.
I think if it was you or Jade or your
Terrible.
mom, I think I would want to be, even though how
Yeah.
hard it would be.
Oh, it'd be terrible.
But I think that the difference is as a person that you're going. I don't know what dog knows. You know what I mean? They're like, whoa, wait a second. All
Not
of a sudden
with
I feel like pretty,
getting put down,
Yeah,
no.
that's what I'm saying. Oh, all of a sudden I feel kind of goofy. What they shoot me up with, and then they pat. You know, I don't
Yeah,
know
I
how
don't
to
like
feel.
shooting up that
Yeah,
stuff. I
yeah.
don't like that.
No,
Oh,
well,
God,
that's
terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible to think about. That's how they put them down, is they shoot them up with something.
Yeah.
I think what they do is they give them something that puts them to sleep.
Yeah, I know,
Makes
but
them tired. Not
that sucks. I don't like that dogs are so, they die so young. Like,
I
what's
know.
going on with that? Why
Yeah.
can't they make a 30, 40-year-old dog?
Yeah.
Like,
They
One
should
day.
by now.
you think
And
one
if-
day?
Well, guess
Yeah.
what? If they did that, that wouldn't be long enough either. Like,
It'd actually probably be worse because now you have to deal with like a
That'd probably be
40-year-old
worse.
companion, right? It's
Yeah, I
all
don't
heavy, no matter what, man.
I hate it.
Yeah, death is sucky.
That's why I stick with
That's
tortoises.
sucky. No.
That's why I stick with tortoises.
Yeah, they outlive you.
Yeah.
Parrots and tortoises.
Yeah.
so true. That is
Elijah says,
so true.
please get an African rock and scrub python.
We're just talking about scrubs today, actually.
We talk about this so much.
Yeah.
Scrub pythons pop up every other week.
Yeah, it's kind of the new boa. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Remember
Yeah.
back in the snake bite day, having like, show more boas. It's like everyone wanted more boas. You know?
Please, Brian.
Please show
Please,
Perdita.
Mr. Brown.
So Perdita.
Yeah.
But no, I like them. We talked about them today, actually.
Very cool.
But you can't. Can you get them? No.
Yeah, you can get scrubs, not the king horn eye, which is one of the ones we were talking about, the big ones. You can't get those, but you can get scrubbies. As a matter of fact, Steve and Kush has like, and Des have
He has
like 5 or
everything.
6 different species of scrubbies or
course.
localities of scrubs.
well, there
They
you
got
go.
it all.
We don't need them. They have them. We're good.
Yeah.
Little Bogus says, coming on June 23rd, Can't wait to meet you and hold all the animals. Seriously, could not be more excited.
That's
Aren't we
awesome.
going out of town on the 23rd or
Yeah,
something like
23rd.
that?
we'll
Yeah, I
be
think we're
gone.
going to
No,
Kansas.
no, that'd be
23rd.
great. No.
We're just
23rd.
kidding.
We're out of there.
We're closing down the 22nd. We got your money though.
Yeah, well,
you're done.
You can look at Diddy and Dixie.
No,
In the
no,
tours.
it's good. Yeah, we'll look forward to having you,
We
little
can't
bogus.
wait.
That's awesome. Super cool. We'll have a blast.
Martina, there's no super chat here, but I will try to look for it. It
Yeah,
looks
if we
like
have
it's right
some.
here.
Okay.
Martina says, love watching you guys. Lori, I love that lady. I've learned a lot about reptiles, and thank you.
See,
She loves you.
See? We showed you the best part of you. See?
the
What are
best
you-
part.
That's not the best part of me. That's the thing. I'm better than what you show.
We'll show him right now.
Yeah, show them
Show
what
'em
kind of,
right now.
Yeah, show him.
kind of
Damn.
picture.
Oh,
Do
damn.
your
All
dance
of
move.
this.
That's it. That's it. Ooh.
Oh shit!
Damn, you're right. We got to start filming that more.
Got the Q-tip and everything. Got the Q-tip going on.
I'm bringing her next week to the Tuesday open mic. They
Yes.
they dance for hours before the mic, and actually, they,
Oh, and only she can come. I can't come.
well, yeah,
Do you want
Yeah,
to
well,
you're
What?
not gonna dance.
You're
just gonna stand-
Want
You're
my
gonna throw it
wife
down?
to go and dance with some other guys and stuff like that.
They're
You
not
know?
gonna. She's not gonna dance with other guys.
Well, who's she gonna dance with?
Me.
by myself?
You guys are gonna dance together.
I don't need
Yeah.
a partner.
Did you see those moves, Brian? She doesn't need nobody else.
Are you kidding me?
I'll
Nobody can
dance.
keep up with
I'll
that.
dance.
I don't think you can keep up, Brian.
No,
All of this.
no, Dad, you can't dance. Come on. Let
I
her
can't dance.
Do that
Let
thing
her
that
have
she just
some
did.
fun.
Do the thing.
Let
Come
her
on.
have some fun. Let her get some black guy dancing with her. I'm just saying. 40 years you guys have been together. Let her get a fucking little dance off.
Jesus Christ, Noah.
I mean, how?
How would you feel about that if I go like go down to the hot spot?
The hot
over
spot,
there?
get a cup of
Oh my
coffee.
God.
Coffee.
You would come back probably so rejuvenated. Your skin would be glowing. Your eyes would be like, I love you so much, Lori. Like, it would just give you like a kind of a refresh. Like sometimes a page, if you've been on a browser for a very long time, the page can slow down and need a refresh.
Yeah, I don't
All
know.
right.
So Letitia
Move on. With that.
says hello, Brian,
tried.
Lori, Noah, and Jay. Love you guys.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Letitia.
that went off in a really bad way.
Our future Reptarian
did it.
employee says,
Yeah.
I wish I could give more. I had more dental work done this morning and wisdom
wow.
scheduled for July 30th.
Wow.
Jesus
But I am saving for a trip up to you guys, so my supers have to dwindle for a little while.
Hey,
No worries.
Not allowed
thank
here
you
if
so
you
don't
much.
super
We
chat,
We
sorry.
appreciate you, man. Appreciate you and comments every day on the vlog.
he's
So
just-
that's good too.
you know what's
so thank you so
interesting
much.
is that how many people are having medical issues.
Yeah.
It's like it just goes to prove that it's always happening. It's
Yeah.
just like it's just
Of
if it's
course.
not happening to you, then
It's happening to somebody.
it's happening to somebody, and be grateful when it's not happening.
Yeah.
to you.
No, it's health is everything.
Very true.
As they say, right? A man works his life to create wealth and then spends his wealth to create health.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
there you go.
It's good.
That's a wise,
So just
Yeah.
wise proverb.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You heard it here first.
and sometimes it's interesting, isn't it interesting how when everything is kind of going smoothly, you can kind of get depressed, and sometimes you need something tragic to really make you feel like shit, so that you can bounce out heavy on the other side and feel great.
Well, it's funny,
It's true,
like,
Noah.
when you talk
weird.
about like the anxiety that I deal with, I've obviously read a million things, listened to a million things. And there are people that say like a severe health issue like cancer
Sure.
sometimes snaps them out of anxiety because all of a
Jesus.
sudden like now
little problems
yeah,
mean
like,
shit,
like, yeah,
right?
all the things I worried about mean nothing,
Yeah.
and this is,
It's true, though. It's
So-
really true.
This is
not that I want to get cancer.
No,
but,
no.
but you know
See,
what I'm
it's
saying.
curious because I would think it would be the opposite. Because then all
Well, no,
your
I think
worry
you-
goes into that.
No, but I
like
think
it's
that you
another-
go into like survival mode. Like, all right, this is what I need to do now, and now I need to do this to survive, and I don't have to worry. All those little things I worried about. Oh, is this going to go well? Are we going to
gives
do
a
this?
shit,
Man?
right?
Also, it's like those don't matter because I may die. So all I
Yeah.
worry about is this, and I think I remember reading this once where there was a cancer survivor that also was an anxiety sufferer, and they said they would rather go through cancer than anxiety because at least with cancer there was a roadmap to success. Like you go to a doctor, they go, all right, we're going to put you on chemo for
Right.
12 weeks and we're going to do this and we're going to do this. At the end of this, if you're still alive, you've won. If you're dead, then it doesn't matter, Whereas with anxiety, you're like, fuck, I don't know what,
Yeah.
let's
nothing to do.
throw a little this at it,
Yeah.
a little bit of this at it, and
Yeah.
that becomes the issue.
And also that perspective of like, hey, I might die at some point unknowingly. It you're like, I don't
Helps
want to
too.
live this day in anxiety. I'll find a way to not deal with it in some way. You know what I mean? Because every moment counts now. You know?
In my vlog that I posted today, I went on like a little adventure by myself in the woods.
Yeah.
And there was this bridge that was really high off the ground, and it felt really unsturdy as well. And then
Safe.
I was, and I have
Sounds it.
I have a fear of heights because of a previous experience when I was a child, and I went out on the bridge anyways, even though I was having vertigo and like being so serious, like I literally wanted to cry. Like I don't know why. It's just because whatever. And I was just talking to the camera as you do when you're a vlogger, and I came up with this revelation that, you know, life is already a finite experience.
Yes.
And why limit this experience even furthermore by fear?
Yeah.
It's like
No,
it's
true.
already a finite experience. Like it's not, and we're limiting it even more with fear.
Sure.
So you got to step out of your fears to broaden and
Your experience,
yeah,
right?
broaden just
Yeah.
everything you can obtain.
I saw a show, and it's honestly, it's funny. Or actually, we were just watching it.
What was it?
It was on.
What kind of show?
Well, it's just a whatever, the Mighty Ducks show.
Oh,
Yeah.
But then the one boss, you know, she's just a real like hard ass
Sure.
or whatever attorney.
Yeah.
And she was saying she's got like a propeller hanging on her office wall because she doesn't believe in fear. Like you have to overcome your fears. Otherwise, like you said, they hold you captive and
do.
they hold you back.
They do.
And she's like, yeah, I was terrified of heights, so I threw myself out of an airplane. I went skydiving.
Yeah.
And that's what she has, that propeller to remind her, is because she wasn't going to let that fear limit her.
Also,
And I
another
was like,
thing.
that is kind of smart.
It is smart. It's a good message as well.
It's called
Ano-
exposure therapy.
exposure therapy. Another thing. I went out onto the bridge, correct?
Yes.
And I went out on the bridge and I saw something really beautiful. There was two turkeys just hurtling and jumping through this field of like what looked to be cabbages.
Uh-huh.
And it was
Where the hell were you?
Okay, what did you smoke prior?
No, I'm so serious. I wasn't smoking then. And they were jumping through the cabbages. And I swear to God, I'm not even making this. I filmed this shit. And if I never went onto the bridge,
You wouldn't have saw the
I wouldn't have saw the
turkeys
turkeys
wouldn't have
jumping
saw
on
the
cabbages.
cabbage patch.
frolicking through the
Cabbage
frolicking
patch.
through the cabbage.
And it was
patch.
really
It's
cool.
true though, Noah.
It-
Point.
It's just like,
Yeah.
you know,
It was exactly where you needed to be.
yeah, it was awesome.
Yes.
We saw some cool stuff. We went kind of adventuring a little bit around the house.
What'd you
Yeah, we
see?
saw Bigfoot tracks.
No, that was me. Sorry, I was sneaking up in the
No,
window.
What'd
the
you
woods
see?
are crazy. Like
Oh, they're-
honestly,
No, I
like
love it.
like creepy crazy.
Mhm.
So why the hell
Yeah, there's
do
vines.
trees like bend at an arc and come back to the ground and cause these
was
like
just talking about this
arches?
the other day.
And then these weird like there's like these viney trees. Like we're not in the jungle. This is
Yeah.
like just the
Michigan.
Michigan forest, but yet like there's this weird like
The woods are cool though.
yeah, it was just
Why do you
crazy.
think that we always go out into them?
They're beautiful.
I was out there
We
by
saw-
myself. I got so scared.
Aunt Beck has a picture I forgot to show you.
terrifying.
Woodpecker. We found
kind?
them. I don't know.
We got
Oh,
beaver up there. We got woodpecker,
It's
You got mink.
mink.
Yep.
yep.
I saw a mink the first day.
They're
we were
so
out there.
cool. I love them. They're
It
adorable.
was crazy, but we saw a couple, like I said, trees. This one hole was like this big
Yeah,
from
from
a
the
dang
woodpecker.
woodpecker.
Oh, yeah.
Like it
And
was
woodpeckers are-
crazy.
Oh yeah, I saw.
That is a weird adaptation, isn't it? A bird that smacks his head on
I was
a tree
talking to Maria too about that. That's so funny.
Oh my
So, Brian, we
God,
saw
that's
like the
beautiful.
other day, like a woodpecker hole that was this long. Like it was like
Really? Oh my
like
gosh! yeah.
super long and
Yeah,
thin.
someone's really ambitious.
And I
we were
laughed.
kind of like, what the hell did you get out of that? Like, 'cause obviously you were going for something.
But I laugh because how are they not concussed? I mean, to hit
Yeah.
your
Oh.
head that many times, that's crazy.
dude.
What?
I'm serious. I know this answer.
Oh, hit me, dude.
It's actually their way. Their inside of their brain is shaped.
Wow.
Their tongue is very long, and it gives their brain support and like. If you look
Almost
up,
like like suspension.
yeah, like in the way everything is made in their head is made to have them not be concussed. Like there's fluid in their brain that holds it a certain way, and then their tongue wraps around their head a certain way, and their skull.
Oh
There you
wow,
go.
yeah, they're right. Look
and
at that.
It just
wraps all the way around.
yeah, and it just
creates
keeps,
a brace.
yeah, it keeps it all in place. So that
Yeah, like elasticity.
Yeah, like a rubber band. Yeah.
it's very strange.
Well, there you go.
The more you know.
You guys have learned about woodpeckers now.
And about peckers.
Hope you guys are excited.
Castilla says, I walk up the stairs on my tippy toes.
Interesting.
I do that sometimes too.
Really?
Now, are you on the tippy toes or on the balls of your feet? Because there's a difference.
Yeah, there's a difference.
And the balls of your feet is okay because that's athletic stance.
Yeah.
You're ready for action.
This.
That's the tippy toe. But the ball of your feet is like
Ballerina
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
it's like this.
You do not walk up with a ballerina.
Sometimes I do.
With a ballerina.
Yeah, she does.
I don't walk up the stairs with a ballerina.
She-
but
she walks like this,
on
too.
my-
Yeah, she's got a tutu on.
she spins.
You never seen the tutu, Brian?
I'm shocked.
Thanksgiving?
I
No?
learned something new every day about this woman.
We've learned so much today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
it's-
day.
We've enlightened ourselves. Yeah.
Gotta always keep some little mystery.
I agree.
Our girl Heidi's in the house. She
Hey,
says,
baby.
I saw a young elephant seal today.
Wow.
Those eyes were amazing. Can you get one for the reptarium?
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be cool, man? Elephant seals are super dope, man.
No,
How would you like to just see that out in like?
I have
she's
a
in, I think she's
similar-
in Durban at the moment.
Oh,
yeah.
sweet.
I have a similar experience, actually. The last time I was in Hawaii, it's not an elephant seal. No way.
Harbor
But-
seals, maybe?
But there was some sort of
Yeah, seal.
fat seal
Yeah.
on the beach. Me and my cousin were swimming. We went swimming, and we're out in the ocean. And when we come back, a seal came out pretty much right before us.
We're like,
And
hey,
it was
can I
just-
hang out, guys?
Yeah, and it was just chilling on the beach, and then these lifeguards came, and they're like blowing their whistle. And they brought cones out, and they
Put it around
They
it.
put cones around the seal,
So
and
nobody would touch it.
Yeah, and it was just like chilling, just slapping its belly, just in the sun, and people just gathered around and watched it for hours. It was
Yeah,
really
that's
beautiful.
awesome.
That's beautiful.
Well, it's all
That's super
about
cool.
living in different places. So for us, what do we have that we see like crazy stuff?
Squirrels.
Squirrels.
yeah.
Squirrels.
that we get people from other areas that are just as
You know what else we get?
infatuated with.
Big old raccoons.
Oh,
Is it the
yeah.
raccoons I'm thinking, or am I thinking of a different
Possums.
animal?
Possums
Possum.
and raccoons.
But both, yeah.
I mean, the fucking suburbb possums
Yeah.
and
Yeah, they're
raccoons.
big old fat.
They're bears.
Yeah.
Did I tell you?
Mini
Did
Little
you hear
Caesars.
about the deer that were in
Yeah.
the front of our
Oh yeah,
house
we
the
had
other
2
day?
deer just chilling up out in the cul-de-sac.
Standing on our front lawn, staring
Wait,
through
here?
our window at our house.
Yeah, like right in our house.
We're
Yeah.
watching TV,
The
and
suburbs.
then
Our
the
dogs
dogs
go
start
crazy.
losing their shit,
This
and
is
it's
pre,
like, oh,
this is
here's
pre-dead leg.
here's yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
was last week.
Yeah.
And so we're mad, thinking, oh, it's Amazon, it's whatever, because he barks at everything. I stand up and I'm yelling, like, get down, get down. I look out the window and I'm like,
Yeah, and the deers are just staring in the
I like,
window
Brian,
at the dogs.
stand up right now. He is standing straight at our house, just looking at him like,
Yeah,
What are
just
you
in the
doing?
window. Yeah, the dogs are barking. The deer's looking at the dogs.
yeah.
Yeah, just like
And
no
then
big deal.
Chaos.
he walks away.
crazy.
Like not 5 minutes later, barking again. I stand up. 2. He went and
he's got
got a
2 deer.
friend. There's 2 standing in
yes.
front, looking through our front window at the dogs, losing their crap.
I wonder if
Like,
it's those are the same ones that almost killed our dogs a few months ago.
I remember that
I
story.
mean, they're pretty good size.
During the
so-
pandy, yeah, I just let the dogs out one day, and there were 2 deer in the
Yeah.
corner of our backyard,
Yeah.
and they almost kicked our dogs.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
because what are they going to do? Like if something charges them, that's what they do.
It's a wolf, pretty much. You know?
Scared, yeah.
that was
No,
wild.
but that was crazy. And we literally live
In
on
the city, yeah.
696,
Yeah,
like
it's like a
right
ci-
off
yeah.
of the service
A big
drive.
road, yeah, like-
it is not a place where you should be seeing deer.
No, you wouldn't think. Yeah, we're in suburbia where there's lots of houses and stuff, and we got deer.
it's wild.
Sherry Lynn says, I was with my mom on her last moments. She wanted you to get a saddle for Matilda. First part's true. The second part's not, but Matilda still needs a saddle. And by the way, Sherry, love you and your sense of humor. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh my God, that
was
is
great.
funny. I was like, damn, now you got to do it.
yeah, it's her last
Her
wish,
last
brah.
wish.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I think that, it was funny when we were at Reptile Gardens in South Dakota. I guess they used to let people, remember they said
Yeah, they did.
let people used to
Yeah.
ride them and stuff like that.
Desiree said that
that's
she
the
used to
thing.
when
Yeah.
she was a kid.
Well, that's the thing. Think about the things that you could do at the Detroit Zoo when we were young that
Yeah.
you don't do anymore.
Like what?
I think they did
Like
have,
what?
I think they did have tortoise rides when we were
They
young.
had,
What
they had-
else?
They had the elephants
Oh,
that
yeah,
would
yeah,
walk
walk around
around.
elephants.
What do
You
you
could ride the
mean?
elephants. So they
Just
literally
on the sidewalk?
yes,
Well,
on the
yeah, yeah,
walk
yeah.
that
Yeah, you
around
could
the
ride, yeah.
thing. What they did, they had the pink. Do you remember the
Yep.
pink elephant footprints? Because they would paint their things, and then you would
That's
follow the
cool.
elephant tracks. But then they would actually walk them around. Sometimes you could do ride.
Yeah,
like there was
now
just
they don't allow that shit.
stuff that they don't allow.
Have you guys ever ridden an elephant?
I have.
We did.
I did
Yeah.
at the carnival.
At the
not
Shrine
carnival.
Circus.
Circus is what I
Boy,
meant
people
to
get
say.
touchy with that shit, man.
Yeah.
Don't ever post that online. You'll get
I was
the
a
biggest
child.
hate.
Yeah, they were young.
I was a child.
Yeah.
But the only time as an adult I rode an elephant. Oh no, I did twice actually.
Were you in Indonesia or something?
No,
Well,
I was to work this
actually
morning.
I was actually in Africa.
Oh, wow.
And there it was a place called Adventures with Elephants, but it was a preserve or elephant preserve, and they let me ride them. And it was wild.
I
You know?
love elephants so much because of their absolute love for humans.
Yeah, they're
They-
really cool.
Some elephants want you on them. They will literally like get down and like, come on, motherfucker, get on my back, and then they'll push
Well, I
you
think
up
that
there.
I think most of those are like trained though.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
still,
Like,
they're doing
so I
it.
think they're doing it because they think they have to. You know what I mean? I don't know that
Maybe.
they want to. Like I think dolphins want to be around people because wild dolphins will. Wild elephants would never come up to people. If a wild elephant, if you get close to a wild elephant,
They'll
you're
kill
probably
you.
going to die.
Yeah.
Well,
it'll
it's
kill
a
you.
little bit different though because they're very smart, and if
Well, they are smart.
if they are habituated to
That's what I'm
humans
thinking.
and not fearful of them,
Yeah.
maybe they would be more intrigued.
It's just, is it like this? Our dogs love us. They're taken out of the wild. A wild wolf wouldn't like us either.
I think a lot of, and this is a broad generalization, so I apologize to, because I have a few friends that work with pachyderms, elephants and stuff, and they love them. But most elephants you have to break
Yeah.
in order to get them to do, and the way you break them is pretty brutal. You know what I mean? Like,
is it though,
yeah.
or have you? If you raise
Is
it,
it though?
no, not saying that isn't, but is it that you have to break them, or what if you had one from a baby?
Probably as a
And they
baby, it'd be a
were-
little bit different. I would
Right,
assume
that's
if
what
they
I'm
were
saying, if it was
socialized from the
just-
moment.
yeah.
But a lot of the elephants, especially, I think that's one of the reasons why there's so much backlash to zoos and stuff like that. Is
Yeah.
that
Well-
they're taking out of the wild and then they're literally. That's why the elephant at the Detroit Zoo, as a matter of fact, I doubt if he's still there because he was there for
That was a long
long,
time
long
ago.
time ago. But he would literally step back and forth all day long, like one step forward, one step backwards, one step forward. And what it was is when he was younger, he was chained to
Yeah.
a tree, and
Oh
so
my
even
God.
50 years later, he still does that same, like
Habit,
movement,
yeah.
like he's still chained to the tree.
What is that thing? The elephants have this thing to them that. What trick am I trying to think? Like they would be tied to like a chair or something that they can so obviously move,
Right? Yeah.
but like
yeah.
they can't mentally.
It's almost like
get
they don't
past
realize
it.
their size or something.
What is that? Am I making that up?
No, I think you're right. I think that
There's something like that.
Well, wouldn't that be it? If it was posted into the ground, they could probably just pull
Yeah,
a post
yeah,
out.
I'm sure they could,
'Cause they're so
especially because
strong.
in the wild, elephants are wildly
I mean, much-
destructive. They'll pull a tree down in a second.
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know?
much like to Phoebe. You can put a fence that's this
Yeah, that's
high
true.
in front of her, and she's terrified.
It
and
is-
won't-
it is
she could
right.
step
that's a good
over
point,
it,
good
and
point.
literally, it's like the biggest Everest mountain to her, and she would never.
yeah,
It's just-
that is true.
So this is interesting because we're talking about exotic animals here, and this is actually one of the questions I want to ask each other. If you could, I'm saying there's no limits, nothing at all, nothing at all. Like, let's not even be realistic, completely theoretical.
Yeah.
If you could own any animal in the world, what animal would like to own?
I think it'd be a great white shark for me.
Really?
Oh, I
now,
love
where would you keep said shark?
I mean, it would probably be in your bedroom.
The bathtub. Yeah.
No, I don't.
We're
know.
moving out soon.
And the pond.
Well, like, would you have it in your
Pond
house?
out
yeah.
Would you want
Yeah,
it
I
in
mean,
your
like,
house? or
if we're
something?
talking
lake.
just, yeah, no, if we're talking,
That's a good idea. Larry.
yeah, if we're talking like fantasy,
Yeah,
here,
fantasy,
fantasy. Yeah, I
100%.
would totally want one like in my backyard, like a
Yeah.
giant shark tank in my backyard with
That'd
a
be
great
cool.
white that I could just go out and throw chunks of meat at and go swimming with it every now and then.
That would be
you know?
really cool.
Be super cool.
I've been watching some shark diving videos.
It's cool.
It does seem cool. It's like when I watch these videos, it really makes you realize how Jaws did fuck us up because it's like these wild, huge sharks just walk up to you and they just kind of just swim past you and they pet
Yeah.
them. And you're like, wait, they're not even trying to be aggressive or anything. Like,
No, yeah, I
It's very
think sharks are.
strange.
Yeah, I mean they're not an aggressive animal, and even the shark attacks that do happen
Yeah.
are usually mistakes where they think
Always,
they're
yeah.
seals or something like that. They don't want to
interesting.
attack humans, but and all my shark friends do. The only problem, I just got to get over the deep water issue that I have.
sure.
In order to go diving because so many of my friends that do
Gotta do
shark
that
diving, it's usually in like 100, 200 feet of water.
Got to step out on that bridge.
I
Gotta
agree.
see the turkeys
Gotta see
in the
those
Cabbage
turkeys
Patch.
in the Cabbage Patch.
You know what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
agree, and I think that I would probably. Now, I will say like Guadalupe Island scares me because number one, it's like way out in off into the Pacific, you know,
Don't
so
go-
you're way
then
off.
don't go there.
Yeah, and then when you dive with sharks, you know, it's like you can't get out of the cage, but it's cage diving with great whites. It's supposed to be one of the best places to you know, cage dive with great whites, but you are literally in a cage that's like hundreds and hundreds of feet. You're like 200 miles offshore.
You would,
you know, and that's
it
why
would
like
be a very big test for you because
it'd be
like
huge.
it's almost like everything you talk about being fearful and like anxiety towards encapsulated into one thing.
Yeah, like you're on a boat.
You
you're
have no
200 miles.
control.
Yeah, no control. You're 200 miles off of shore.
Yeah.
You're jumping in 200, 300 feet deep of water.
Yeah.
You've got a huge predator fish.
You're trusting a mechanism to keep you alive.
Yeah. No,
Like-
I can't think of anything more stressful than that to
Put a
me.
couple windmills out in that
I
ocean.
agree.
Yeah, if we had a windmill out there.
Yeah,
it
it
would
would
be
be somehow a Golden State Bridge.
Yeah,
just
maybe like a silo
Yeah.
out there. We'd be crushing.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of the Golden Gate Bridge, totally different. But I've been having some nightmares, and
Yeah?
it's again, you just passed, you just went over it. A couple nights ago, I had another.
It's probably 'cause I was
nightmare
thinking about you,
the Mackinac Bridge.
So
Interesting. What happened?
It's a scary bridge, man.
So all right, so I went over it at night because I didn't get up there till 2 a.m. So I went over at night. I think way scarier in the daytime. First off,
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think you're right.
but I will say, dude, the sound of the grates because they had
It
the
is
the
so-
two
yeah.
right lanes or the
Yeah.
two side lanes closed.
That's the
They've
worst.
had those lanes closed for like 2 years,
Dude, and
man.
I'm telling you, it sounds like the soundtrack of a horror movie.
It does.
Because it goes like,
Yeah.
ooh. I'm like, oh my God.
So what is the greats? What does that mean?
So the road, instead of being, this is a giant bridge. Pull this bridge up, Mackinac Bridge. It's one of the scariest bridge for for decades. It was the longest suspension bridge in the world.
Okay.
Now it's no longer that way, but that's one scary looking
So,
bridge, man.
Part
And
is
so,
solid.
So yeah, one lane you can see the lane that
Part
they're
are
driving.
great. See the center.
And
It's
listen,
great.
this middle thing, guys, I'm telling you, is less than the size of a curb.
Yeah.
And that's separating you from imminent death from an 18-wheeler.
Yeah, from hundreds of exactly hundreds of miles or feet, in
Feet
the air.
above the air. And
Yeah.
this is the scariest part. And then they had both these lanes closed, so everyone's just going, down these fucking
And
grates.
your wheels slip a little bit.
A little bit.
So
They
you
move.
slide a little bit back and forth. So you don't feel like you have traction. The
windy.
reason they have the
gotta
grades
stay
is
in your
because
lane.
there's so much high winds on the Straits of Mackinac that
It needs to go
it needs to
down.
go it needs to go through, or it would
Yeah,
act like
through.
Galloping Gertie, which was the Seattle Tacoma bridge that fell down.
Yeah, it's a
But look at that
towering
bridge.
bridge.
Look
It
at
almost
that.
like
Oh my
So when you're
God.
coming up to
That's
it does give you
crazy.
and listen, I'm not afraid of
Looks
bridges
like a
of nothing.
giant wave
Yeah.
in the background.
Yeah,
going
but
at
it does give you a little bit of like this weird vertigo effect when you
And
come
yeah.
up to it because it's so tall.
Yeah, and look at you can see the waves. That's the wind, and there actually is the thing that's interesting about this bridge is it there are times where like trucks can't go across
a blow
because of
off.
wind because of wind advisory, and it's I imagine it's one of the only bridges in the country that they actually have people on both sides of the bridges that will drive your car across for you.
Yeah.
Because
Wait, is
people are
that
so-
true?
Yeah, you
Yes,
can
if you're
literally
too scared.
you can stop and someone will drive you across. But look at even the fog coming. I mean, that's
This
just
is a
hell.
video from one of the days they closed the bridge down.
That was last year. That wasn't even like a long time ago. That's crazy.
Yeah, sometimes they close it down because it's just so freaking
The
scary,
scariest
you know?
time I went over was when I went over last winter, or 2 winters ago, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But with all the ice down there, some reason the ice freaked me out a little bit more. I'm like, that's gonna hurt if you fall, man. Like
Yeah.
even though
And
the
there's-
water would
there
too.
is
but-
so punch up. Yugo falls off Mackinac Bridge.
I remember.
Yugo, yeah, just Yugo.
How do you spell Yugo?
Like you or Y U? Is it Y U go? Yeah, right there. And this is
Oh.
this is
I
a true
remember
story.
this. Yeah, this was bad.
See, this is a Yugo that literally blew off the bridge.
That's crazy. And like
And
here's
then look at the semi that literally.
this is
almost
real
not-
life,
it's just
people,
like-
and this is how you get to the upper P. So
yeah, but literally, there's I don't know what the date was with the Yugo, but it literally
that's crazy.
flew off the bridge.
so
You know, it blew off because of the high winds.
yeah, that's wild. Let's
Is
get
this-
back on onto Mom.
Animals,
though.
yeah, animals. What
If you could own any animal with just complete, freedom, you don't have to. You don't have to
don't know.
do anything. I'm not even talking about caring about it. I'm no.
How about a narwhal? Would you want a narwhal?
Oh wow, I didn't even think about that. That's awesome. Hi, buddy. Hope you find
You wouldn't want a narwhal.
Nah.
How
I
about
don't
a
know.
narwhal?
I don't really know. What are you? What's yours?
I don't know. I was thinking something along the lines of giraffe, just because you know I really do love the
Do you know-
giraffe.
Do you
and
know,
everything
Noah,
about it.
that
They're cool.
5-10 minutes away from the place in Grand Rapids, there's they've got giraffes.
What?
A place called Boulder Ridge.
No
Are you
way.
serious? Can
It's
we
literally-
touch 'em?
We don't know.
I've seen some pictures of people feeding them.
I really
So
want
I
to.
don't know much about it, but it's
I've
literally
never-
down the road from us.
That's all I've ever done is fed a giraffe. I really want to touch giraffes. Like I want to be like
Well, I have pet giraffes, but I haven't ever.
I want to like hug its leg
You
and
got to
stuff.
be careful; they'll kill you.
Yeah, that leg's like hard body.
Yeah, that happened at the
Tell 'em to be
Binder.
nicer.
It happened at the Binder Park Zoo, where one of the keepers was in and it kicked it, and they like literally almost lost their leg.
Jesus.
Yeah, they like had multiple.
They
multiple
sound really, really
yeah,
friendly.
yeah, they hit you in the
with the neck.
head. That
Yeah.
neck
and then they
hit
hit you with that neck, baby.
That's like a different. That's a whole different story,
I mean,
man.
guys,
It's a brachiosaur.
Can we? I was just gonna say, can we acknowledge the fact that this is literally dinosaur shit? This
Yeah.
giraffes are dinosaur shit.
Yeah.
They're so crazy. I can't believe that's real.
Well, that's the
Do
thing.
you
If we found that fossil, we probably wouldn't think they had fur.
No,
We were
We'd
talking
probably
about this
think-
the other day.
We probably think that they had scales.
Yeah, in our podcast, we did this thing about what a hippopotamus skull.
Yeah.
If it was morphed into what? Jay, can you?
Yeah, I'm
do you
gonna
know
do
what
it.
the fuck? How do you describe this?
So pretty much when we find fossils, right?
Yeah.
We find the bone and then we do this, right? We kind of
Yeah.
saran wrap the bone with skin and say,
Yeah.
this is what the dinosaur looked like. But this is our hippo's fossil. So this is saying how an alien would reconstruct a hippo if they came and found the fossil of it.
Isn't
Yeah,
it
but
strange?
yeah,
Right,
it's totally
but we don't
different,
take into consideration the hair and the fat and the cartilage. We just put it on the bone.
Yeah.
So
very
all of our
interesting.
dinosaurs would probably look a lot different than we
They
think.
don't look
Yeah.
like hippos.
In a way, yes, yeah.
It's very interesting to me because it's almost just like, wow, we really don't know what any of our dinosaurs look like. Like
No.
the T-Rex could look absolutely nothing
This is a
like
good
what
one.
we think the T-Rex looks like.
This is a good one.
Fucking crazy.
Like what a cat looks like a cat skull, and how we might reconstruct it, and then the friggin' cat. You know what I'm
Oh my
saying?
God.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It's just a very interesting thing to have fun with your mind.
Yeah.
Sure.
But what I was gonna say before we hopped on this topic was, do you remember being in Columbus Zoo? I'm pretty sure it was Columbus. While they had that baby giraffe being born, it was like they were live streaming the birth of the
Was it
giraffe.
Columbus Zoo or not?
It could have been a different zoo.
Might have been Binder Park.
I
I
think
think
it was
I
Binder.
think it was Binder Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was young, and I just remember that it was we were like behind the scenes and like
Yeah, it was in the
and
giraffe
like
barn.
yeah, and we were just like looking at them, and I was like it was just amazing.
Yeah, well, I used to love going to that place because it was like they would let us back, into the areas that no one else could go, and you could, then you could really get the feel for how tall they are. Because usually when you're do giraffe experiences, now this Boulder Ridge is the same thing; it's ground level.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
it's cool when you're ground level and feeding giraffes as opposed to in the dock where
Yeah.
their heads
You're
are kind
just
of
up.
like
You're already
yeah.
7-8
yeah,
feet off the
So
ground, yeah.
and when you can really appreciate how amazingly tall they are. You guys know I love giraffes, so yeah.
Did you think of anything, Mom? Any animal?
I don't know. I don't have anything like crazy. I guess so. If you're doing it in like
Theoretical.
theoretical, then it would be a perfect world
Yeah,
where
perfect.
obviously it would be safe and you could interact and there wasn't
sure.
any of that. So I think probably take a lot of hate. I think it'd be cool to have like big cats.
I agree, though. I would do the
because
same.
they are
Yeah,
awesome
Carol Baskin.
animals. Like if you take out the they kill you factor, like
Yeah.
because that's the thing. Like I would never be a person that could ever even really work with them because
I wouldn't
can't
allow
take,
you to.
I can't take that factor out of my head. Are you kidding me? I have that more than you do with things. Like I always look
yeah.
at the worst case scenario, and even more so, like just because even just playing, like they just hurt you and don't mean to. But if that wasn't the case,
Yeah.
like how cool would
It
that
would be cool to have a big old tiger just laying on the couch.
Oh my
you
God,
watching
yeah.
TV.
I was watching that clip you reposted on Instagram not too long ago. Of you
I took
getting-
some hate from that too.
Yeah,
I
you
took some
did.
hate.
honestly, like
Yeah.
it was crazy because like I was watching the video and I was just like, damn, Mom is getting fucked up right now. like
and
like it
that's-
did not look fun.
No, and that's exactly it. And I don't care. Like people,
Yeah,
nobody,
people can say what they
nobody
want,
gives a
but
shit
yeah.
about your opinion. So just
Yeah.
keep it to yourself. But the reality is that's exactly it. So once they reach a certain size, they're still playing.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. But they're playing
They're
with.
big.
They can't play with a person the same way as they play with each
themselves.
other because
Their
we're
skin's
not
twice as
made.
thick,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
not
Yeah.
made to do that. And that's the thing. Like I wasn't terrified like they were trying to hurt me, but the reality is you can and do hurt me, but not meaning to.
Yeah.
Like you know,
Yeah,
I
they were
wasn't
just a little bit
afraid
bigger.
for
Yeah.
them being vicious, but it was just
Yeah.
trying to protect myself because I couldn't really. You know,
I know it is interesting.
and it was a bummer because I wanted to be more able to, you know, play with them and stuff like that. But the reality is
yeah, you
that's,
almost need chainmail.
yeah, or yeah, definitely, you know, dressed a little bit different, maybe some chaps, maybe.
It's just interesting how we made it so far and evolved as far as we did.
we're
with the,
so
Thin
yeah,
skin,
we just got
no
little
nails, no
tiny-
teeth.
no protection.
Can't climb for shit.
like our brains is what made us evolve into what we
The
are.
tools, right?
Yeah, just if we never made tools, we would have been dead.
Yeah. Weapons.
Super chats.
Super chat. Claire says, it's my 40th birthday today.
Happy
Oh,
birthday,
Happy
Claire.
birthday, Claire.
Welcome
And
to 40.
She says, so if you've been together for 40 years, that's my entire lifetime.
Well, we haven't been together for 40 years.
Are you
That was a
sure?
little bit of a stretch. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, 30
didn't-
something,
I
right?
wasn't
true.
10.
Yeah.
I wasn't 10 when
That's
I met your
true.
mom.
35?
You
years,
keep getting
something like that?
younger every year.
Oh, I wasn't fit.
You're like 78.
No, so we met 3 years ago.
That's good.
33.
Coming up on 33 years on July 15th. Be 33 years.
Look at that.
So we
How
met
many
each other.
years did it go before you got married? How many years were you together before you got married? Only a handful, huh?
Yeah, a few. Yeah,
Like 3?
Three.
3, 4?
Ish. Yeah,
Probably.
3-ish. Yeah.
That's a fast, honestly. Especially in this day and age. Like it's
A lot
usually
of
like
things,
a decade.
A lot of things happen fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. You got lucky though, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, when I think about like you really locked her up, like
Yeah. That was my
you
plan.
you
right
found the perfect one and you were like, keepers.
there. Yeah.
Like it's so brilliant. Whenever I find that woman, I'm taking
her
your
up
tactic.
quick. Yeah, knock
I'm
her up
taking
as
your
quick as
tac-
possible.
As quick as possible.
Yeah.
That
It's
doesn't
fucking
always work.
brilliant.
It doesn't always work. Yeah. They sometimes still kick you out.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
It's true, but
Yeah.
I mean, it worked for you,
It did work
so
for
it
me.
can work.
It can work.
He's lucky.
I am lucky. Very lucky.
Very lucky.
Very lucky.
Simple Man says,
Count
you.
my blessings every day.
Simple Man says, you missed it, but happy belated Mother's Day, Lori. Has the pipeline issue affected Michigan at all? And Noah, that was
Yes.
a pike, not a carp.
This guy thinks he's full of shit. Dude, listen, you have a tiny little picture on my screen. Just be happy I recognized a fish, bud.
Yeah,
I didn't even
right?
see the fish.
I know, I
swear
didn't
to God.
either. So, Simple Man, he crushed
Yeah.
it, to me, in my opinion.
That's what I'm
funny.
saying.
So we did you hear this, by the way? I guess there was a gas station down the street that is out of gas
Yeah,
right now.
in Clinton Township,
in Clinton
right?
Township. So
What does
that's-
this mean?
This is
So
the
there was a
thing, yeah.
pipeline hack where
A cyber attack.
cyber attack shut down an entire pipeline. So a lot of the East Coast, all the way down into Florida, is out of gas. Like they can't.
That's
get gas.
huge. too.
That explains a fucking meme I saw.
He's like, it's all coming together.
I saw a meme of what's Biden's girlfriend in office?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala. It was her on a private jet with like a martini looking out a window, and it was people with like 15 gas cans filling it up, and it was just like, "Isn't the world beautiful, Biden?" And I was just like, I just don't understand. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Now it makes
Now
perfect
makes
sense.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
But it's not so. It was not supposed to hit Michigan because it was supposed to be the East Coast, and we weren't supposed to be supplied by that pipeline. But what might be happening is that maybe some of our supply of gas is being diverted to the East Coast now, which may cause our supply to
And
be
what
down.
also is happening is all the freaking morons that
Yeah,
are literally
buying
buying
gas.
every gas can they can and filling and hoarding gas.
It's the same
much
toilet
like
paper
toilet
people.
paper.
That's what I
same
said too,
toilet
yeah.
Yeah,
paper
because
people.
people are
I hate
morons.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Make the
well,
problem
not
worse, guys.
everybody, but
but it
I
is
know what you
weird
mean.
how many things have become like
Scarce.
this has happened in the last year.
Yeah.
Like in our whole life, we haven't
my
had this.
God.
You know.
It's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you got
crazy.
chip shortages.
My bed. I gotta
rubber-
wait fucking
Yeah, we're
half
talking-
a year for my bed.
Yeah, we were talking
What?
about that. Like
Yeah.
furniture. So, you could used to be able to just walk in and buy furniture. Now
walk
it's like
home.
6 months before you get your furniture.
Yeah.
God forbid, like you'd wait a week.
And you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I mean, I don't even actually. I'm not even gonna go into. I'm not even educated on it, so I have nothing to add.
Well, I appreciate that, Noah. Les Roses Bird says, was very inspired by your life lesson, Noah. I related to that pony on most days to the fam.
I saw that.
Which pony are we talking about? I'm sorry. There's a lot going on. What are we talking about? Oh, my Instagram story. My Instagram story. Yes. Did you see it?
Tell me what it was.
I did not.
I stopped yesterday for a coffee at a gas station, and there was this fucking My Little Pony.
I did see that. Yeah, that was. Yeah,
it was just dead in this crevice in the ground, and I was just like,
we're all gonna be that way.
Yeah, I was like, we're all gonna be like this pony one day, kids.
That's
awesome. Showed it.
It was inspirational.
It was. I was just telling people to chase their dreams while they still can, and we're still breathing.
And don't be that pony.
I mean,
one day you're gonna be that.
One
pony.
day we are.
Yeah. Every day, somewhere, somebody's the pony. You've been it. I've been it.
Yeah. It's like they said, none of us get out
in the
alive.
gutter.
Yeah.
None of us get out alive.
None of us get out alive.
I love that quote.
Yeah,
it is a good one.
It's a good one.
Amber says, I have a new, older king snake. Was given to me for rehoming. Can I please have some tips on kings, please?
Well, it depends what kind of king, of course, but they're all pretty
Keep it alone.
similar.
Do not
yeah,
cohabitate.
definitely. Speaking of that, let's digress for 1 second. Has Carol Baskin killed a bunch this year?
Just one.
Just one. Okay, good. Only one. We have a
first
king
one.
snake named Carol Baskin. That
So I
loves
put them the
Yeah.
things that don't make sense. I put
Yeah,
the
so the
tags, what
albino,
males
the
could be.
albino got
Yeah.
eaten. Yeah,
she killed the albino.
yeah. So
And then I
bitch.
So,
and then I
keep
did
it separate,
the
but-
giant
You know how she did it?
Cows, 'cause I was like,
You know how the Carol did it? That king snake
Tell me
What's
about
that?
meat grinder.
Meat
Yeah,
grinder.
probably meat
Put her
grinder.
under the
Meat
septic
grinder.
tank. Dig it up.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go. They have septic tank.
But yeah, I mean they're pretty
So
simple
crazy.
colubrids, I mean obviously. But again, the king snake, I just don't know what kind of king snake it is. So
That
it's,
bitch killed her husband.
For sure, though.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
You have to say no.
Oh,
Just
allegedly.
for the
Oh,
lawsuit.
so lawsuit. Yeah, we don't want to get
We're
sued.
just joking.
Just kidding. But
we're not.
yeah, just reach out if you have questions. You can always reach out to us.
We'll pull the
via
Fox
emails.
News move where you're just like, it's entertainment. You wouldn't take this seriously. You crazy?
Yeah,
look
exactly.
at
Fox News, like
Yeah,
look
it's
at
not
us.
news, you
it's not
idiots.
news. It's fucking
No
facts.
sensible person would take
Yeah.
this seriously.
No, yeah, that is true though.
That's crazy.
That's true.
V-Dog says, I was wondering if you ever considered a parent for the Reptarium. It seems like a good fit. I'm wondering if she meant parrot.
I'm thinking a parrot because no.
I
Parent,
am looking
parent,
for a parent.
Yeah, I was going to say, we could use somebody to take care and babysit a little bit.
We could use that.
we
No,
need
no
that.
birds. No.
No, I definitely am an anti. I don't like birds.
Anti-bird.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I like birds, but I don't like to own birds.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
They're
I'd have a
like,
raven. That's
they're
about
like
it.
a 18-month-old child that's loud as hell
For 80 years.
That's super like loud and just obnoxious. So yeah, no parrots for us.
But I will say it is one of my favorite parts of Gatorland. I
Yeah,
love
okay,
their bird
okay.
section.
Okay.
I do love going there
They're
and just like,
adorable.
just hanging out with the birds because they
Birds
got
are great.
beautiful macaws.
Yeah.
And stuff.
They're a
Great.
different
African
thing
greys.
than us, though.
Yeah,
Because
if we could
you
do it
have-
outside, yeah. If we had an outside
yeah,
segment,
I'm just
we
saying.
would definitely be doing it for sure. But yeah,
Melissa says, was it Blue Pearl Animal Hospital in Grand Rapids?
Which-
the bad one?
I'm not gonna say.
I guess.
Google it yourself.
It sounds like she knows something. Melissa,
Melissa knows
something.
something.
She's like, I actually worked there.
Yeah,
I worked there. I
exactly.
worked there. We kill more animals.
Yeah,
exactly.
They ain't never getting fleas because they're dead.
Listen, Melissa, it
That's
seems
not the one I went to.
Yeah, so there was
Yeah.
two, and she didn't go to the Blue Pearl. So
Yeah, it seems like you know
make,
something.
you make your own decision on that one.
And V-Dog did come back to say it's parrot, not parent.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
a parrot,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, no
little,
parrots.
little Bogus came back for Lori's wine fund. Speaking of, I'll bring a bottle and we can do some, say, drinking with Matilda.
Oh, Matilda drinking.
I think maybe day drinking with
Yeah, we'd
Matilda.
have to
So
be
this is an
drinking,
interesting
yeah,
thought I
maybe.
just had. You know how dogs and cats, they have their little medicinal things, like they have the catnip that will get the
it's
the
weird.
cat
yeah.
high.
It's just
and
weird that we do that.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
so
It
crazy.
is very interesting. It's almost like passing on like our recreation to animals.
Yeah,
Is there anything like that for reptiles?
I don't know that we know the answer to that because, of course, the reactions are different. I mean, I think that
Sure there is.
I'm sure there is something that you could give a lizard and it would get intoxicated.
Or
but
I
I
kind of
don't
was
know.
just like, I was kind of wondering like if they do it in the wild, like dolphins.
I don't.
With the
I've never
pufferfish.
seen. I've never seen any. Like
No.
obviously you'll see like rotten fruit with monkeys or elephants even.
Yeah,
They'll
they get
eat it and they
drunk,
get
yeah,
drunk.
yeah.
I've never seen that with any reptile. So I'm not
Yeah.
saying they don't, but I've never seen.
Yeah, like you
anyone
almost wonder, like
documenting
the
it.
Like Komodos
or like the
something.
dart frogs, how they eat like a very poisonous insect. You wonder if that would have any effect on them or anything too.
I'm sure it's probably hasn't even been studied. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just such a weird
I would
thing
just
to
think
study.
that somebody would have came across something out there if they did
Yeah,
that
it's
true.
stuff, And I've never heard or seen anything on it, so
Yeah.
I would think no. But
That would be
they're a different
interesting.
animal too, because I don't think most reptiles in the wild, like a lot of mammals do want recreational time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Doing things that are fun. They're
like
whether
even just like wild mammals.
a lot of wild mammals
Yeah.
will do entertaining things. Whereas
Interesting.
I don't think reptiles in the wild are ever entertaining themselves. I think they're just surviving.
Especially because they're cold blooded, so they can't waste the energy. Like we can waste a lot of energy because our body's constantly, putting stuff into like calories into heating our body and whatever. Like they have to pretty much like conserve because they get light from the sun, heat up, and then so they're not going to be chilling around doing calisthenics.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Sammy says, "Hope your pup heals up quickly. I just
Thank
spent
you.
$3,500
Wow.
on emergency surgery for my dog. Thank God for credit."
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's a
Sorry
bummer.
to
We
hear
like I
that,
said, we've
but
been there.
Sounds
we,
like it's
yeah.
okay, so hopefully it'll
Yeah,
heal up.
yeah, we've been there though. We've done the same thing. So it's you just got to do it. It's like if your
Yeah.
kid was sick, you would spend whatever you had to do to get your kid better. And we feel
Yeah.
the same way about all our animals, not just our dogs, but all our animals.
Totally.
Silver Cash says, "Just got done with cleaning tubs. How's everybody's day?"
Hey, Silver Cash, what's going on? It's going
I
good.
need to get you over here and clean some tubs.
I know.
He's been
man.
saying.
He's been saying.
He said he can beat you.
He said he'll beat you.
What?
That's what he
He
says.
said he could beat mom in a
That's what
tub
he
off.
says, but I mean, he doesn't realize what he's getting into.
I don't think we should actually have to like time it, make a whole vlog about that.
Yeah. Well, it comes up. We'll do that.
That'd be cool. Do
Yeah.
it.
Scottish Rob says, "Best to you guys. Do the Chesapeake Bridge Tunnel. That did that one many times. I've never got to do that.
I've done it.
Weird?
It's weird because it goes. It's above and then below ground. It's
Yeah.
like, and I think it does it several times. I
Yes,
think
it
it's
does.
like above, below, above, below. It didn't bother me that much because the above ground part, I don't mind tunnels at all, and the above ground part, it's never very high. So I don't like bridges that are high.
Yeah, because you said you wouldn't mind even like the Key West Bridge, right?
Yeah, like I go through the bridges in the causeways
Yeah.
in Florida, and that it's not like I like them, but I don't mind them that much, and because we spent quite a bit of time at the Keys in that one vacation, and we were popping all the way from Key Largo all the way to Key West, and so we were driving those causeways like crazy, and it didn't bother me. Yeah, so I just don't like tall bridges.
Makes sense.
I'm not the biggest fan of tunnels, but I don't mind them. You know which tunnels I love though? I love the ones at zoos where you go into the clear tunnel and they have like sharks swimming above you or like penguins or something like
it's dope,
something
yeah.
like that.
Those
I love
immersion ones are
that. Yeah,
cool.
those are
Yeah,
awesome.
they're really cool. I agree.
Scottish Rob says, "Best to you." Oh, read that one. Sorry. Silver Cash came back to say, "How many eggs or clutches did you get today?"
Well, we had a lot actually. I think we had about 14 total clutches today between colubrids and pythons. So it was a busy egg day. We collected eggs for quite a few hours.
I was gonna say
actually.
2.5 hours.
Yeah,
probably.
a couple. Yeah, 2.5 hours of just collecting eggs. Setting up boxes
eclectic.
and yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't even know what that means. It just
Various.
kind of rhymed.
Yeah, neglectic.
Clistia says, "I want a tiger or an anaconda."
Well, one you could
I
probably
agree.
get.
Yeah.
One's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe both aren't a good idea, but
You
I
know
mean,
what? My friend Zach hit me with this stat the other day that I knew, but I just kind of never really cared for.
Yeah.
There's more tigers in Texas than all the wild.
Yep.
Speaking of that,
Why?
punch
Well,
this up, Jay.
that's
A
ridiculous.
tiger saw in Texas.
I know exactly what you're about
yeah,
to
you see
pull
the
up.
news
I
story?
did. This
Oh
was
my
so scary. This was terrifying.
Yeah,
That's
this is
not
just, Yeah,
good.
just like this Texas. Yeah, just tigers
Roaming the streets.
Completely
roaming the
just
streets.
walking in a neighborhood.
Supposedly, this happened in my hometown in Jackson, New Jersey.
When?
A while ago. I was probably like
So
8
what
years
is
old.
this? A Texas man who corralled tiger roaming loose in Texas neighborhood arrested after high-speed chase. What is that's really
So
that's
Texas.
that's a very unusual combination. Like,
Well, it
so
could be
he got
clickbait.
the tiger, but then he got into a high-speed chase.
Yeah, did he steal
with the tiger? Like, what happened?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Put
he's
the tiger in his
But
car. and
he's
took him
out
for a
on a
ride.
bond for an
Just like-
unrelated murder charge.
Yeah, wait, what
It's
is
just like
going
Bobby,
on?
fucking
so
Ricky
this
Bobby,
dude,
yeah.
Ricky Bobby, I know.
So this
You gotta go
dude,
fast.
this dude's 28 years old. He caught the tiger, but then they realized that he was out on bond for
a
murder
murder.
charges and got into a high-speed chase. Wow.
Okay.
Well, that story went somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, that's an interesting. That only in Texas.
I can make that a fucking movie.
Yeah, that could
straight
be a
up.
movie.
That's
But
a
yeah,
great movie
the
plot.
picture was literally just a tiger like walking loose in the neighborhood. It was a smaller tiger, maybe.
Did you
like
see the video?
I didn't see the video. I just
I saw the video. There was a guy with a gun, and he was just like pointing it at it, and he was just like, "Everybody get inside!" He was like, it was a neighborhood, so like everyone's
Yeah, it was a neighborhood,
outside
yeah.
just looking at the tiger, like, "Oh my God, Billy, be careful!"
big of a tiger though.
Like, get inside.
It wasn't that big of a tiger though.
No, but it was big
was
enough to murder.
It was a freaking tiger out
Yeah.
in the. It wasn't the deer.
Yeah.
It was a tiger. There's a difference.
Dad has this thing about animals, though.
I know.
He separates it. Like,
But it was little. It was fine. It wasn't a cub. It wasn't a little kitten.
Yeah, this is 1999. I remember this too.
No, but that's the New Jersey.
yeah, this is
one.
in New Jersey. It was actually in the Freehold Mall at one
Wow.
point.
Jeez.
Walking around.
yeah, dude,
That's
somebody
wild.
definitely released
So
it
I
in
wonder
that
if they
mall.
found who owned the tiger, and why it was loose. That'll probably,
got
unfortunately,
tiger tags.
you would imagine, there'd be some legislation probably coming down the pipe because of that, which is a shame. You know what I mean?
I mean, the way. So here's the thing, right? That's rational. That's a rational thought.
Yeah.
So it's not going to happen.
right.
You know what I mean? Because that's just kind of how.
Well, it's
things
hard to
work.
say. It's hard to say. I mean, Texas is a little bit of a different state, but there's been a lot of speculation that maybe the PETAs of the world or the anti-animal people will do stuff like that, like let a tiger loose.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just so
in
that
order to-
legislation.
God,
Absolutely.
that sounds right on par or right on cue. Or
Yeah.
what's the fucking saying? What's that saying? Right on what?
Right on par.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
right
on
on
par.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Actually, right on cue could have worked.
It
too.
doesn't
Yeah,
even.
either one.
It doesn't feel right though. It
Either
seems like
do.
we need something better.
Something better. Right on.
I'll think about it tonight.
All right, yeah. We'll come up with a new saying.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know tomorrow.
We'll let you know what you guys are going to say for the rest of your lives.
Leverage Burns says, like the way that a lot of mythical beasts were created by early discovery of dinosaurs and early mammals, Dinotherum gigantic equals Cyclops.
That's true. Yeah. So what happens is sometimes they'll find skulls that have like they had some sort of a opening
Deformity or something?
And, no, not a deformity.
okay.
They'll even have like an opening for say some kind of sensory thing or whatever. And then ultimately what happens is they think that they're cyclopses because they think they had a center eye, but in actuality there's no center eye.
Man, so are you serious? There's no. I don't know why this is so true. I just kind of always thought that cyclopses were real.
No, there's
They
no
weren't real?
cyclops. No,
No.
there's no
Oh.
cyclops.
I really
okay.
thought that there used to be like
Oh, that's fine.
cyclops.
like back in the Stone Ages.
I'm not even joking. I
No,
thought it
there's
was like
no-
a real thing.
Nope, no cyclops.
The Odyssey really fucked me up.
Yeah,
Good
the
fucking
Odyssey
book,
did that. Yeah, it's a good book though. Yeah.
Good epic. Sherry Lynn came back to say, Noah,
Yes, ma'am.
find your true gal and tattoo your name on her butt. If you want to see inspirational ponies, then look up the Apocalypse Ponies.
That's not the only thing I'll do to that butt.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
Ow! Ow!
Save that for your podcast.
I can't help it, Mom.
Sherry.
No, yeah, I agree with what she said though.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so
Now,
it's
did-
true.
Now,
And I have to tat it.
does
Yes.
does she know she's getting tatted, or you
No,
like
no, she's sleeping.
she's sleeping?
I borrow a pill from Cosby. Happen in there.
Yeah, a little put a little
Totally
pudding,
joking,
put a little
totally
pudding.
Joking.
Yeah,
Just a joke. I would never
just
do
a
that.
joke. No, not
Incubator humidity is 32% and temp is 88. Would I need to add a tub of water to raise
Yeah.
the humidity, or is the water and perlite mix enough?
well. So it depends. It's definitely low, but if you have an egg box that's sealed well enough, and the egg box is 95%, the incubator being 32% or 33% won't be a problem. But you would rather have that higher. That would be a good thing.
How would you raise it?
So yeah, water.
Water.
Like tubs of water or something
of
on that lines. But again, if you have a good seal perlite isomer mixture, you don't necessarily need a high humidity incubator. You can raise the humidity on the tub.
Silver Cash came back again to say, I own a 25-year-old
Wow.
African gray. She acts
Hey.
like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park when she gets on the floor. I'm not scared, but the bite hurts.
Yeah, I have a scar on my lip from a parrot.
Hyacinth, was it?
No, it wasn't a hyacinth. It was
Something.
Fucking
Red one,
little
right?
guy.
Yeah, red.
It's like a little purple
You
red thing.
don't kiss birds.
I didn't try
wasn't
to.
a
It kissed
kiss.
me. It kissed me. I didn't try to kiss it.
There's video of it. I
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah, it just grabbed me. I was on my shoulder and it just fucking grabbed my lip.
Can't trust a
Ripped
damn
it,
bird.
yeah.
How scary is that?
Yeah,
I
it
do
hurt.
love birds though.
It
It's-
was awesome, yeah.
It's one thing I'm really torn on because it's like I love them so much that I want to see one every day, but I know myself too much. I don't want to take on the responsibility.
Get a bird
of it.
feeder, bruv.
Yeah.
You'll see him every
I-
morning.
But it's different because you can't see them a caw on
I
a
know.
bird feeder. Like I like the beautiful colors
Not
of the
here.
Not
rainbow.
here, yeah.
It's
We
literally
saw
rainbow.
cockatoos in kookaburras
Some kookaburras.
Where?
down in Australia.
Australia.
We used to feed them we
Cockatoos.
fed them in the morning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think actually they get a lot of like imports from Australia of cockatoos.
Well, that's where they're from. Yeah. So I don't know that they import them anymore, but
Right.
they, that's where the original ones are from. So,
Interesting.
but yeah, they were right on the porch, I mean, we'd put seed out for the cockatoos
That's
and
so
then
cool.
hamburger balls for the kookaburras.
That is awesome.
Wow, and the kookaburra is the one with the brute head, right? It's kind of like a bigger head.
Yeah, big head, and it's got like the cackle. It
Yeah,
does
the
good
laugh.
Yeah, the laugh.
And
Yeah.
so
They're
how
one of my favorites.
Yeah, they're
how
super cool.
common are they in the wild? Like, 'cause
Well,
you-
where we were, there were tons of them.
Yeah, they're
I mean, tons of-
kingfishers, so
yeah.
there's a lot usually.
Yeah.
kind of like robins here, because like you know how you see robins
yeah,
everywhere you
in
look.
certain parts of the yeah, for sure.
Wow.
And I remember being
really
in
cool.
Queensland once and seeing a flock of cockatoo that had
A
to be
flock of two.
a flock
Yeah,
of two.
a flock or
There had to have been 200 cockatoos.
Wow.
Just like
That's
flying.
really
It was
cool.
really cool. Think about that. That's wild.
Steven says, my ball python was laying eggs and broke a slug and yolk went all over the other
Ugh,
eggs. Should I
yeah.
worry or lightly clean them off with some water?
Yeah, definitely lightly clean them with water because if that albumin gets all over the egg, it'll create a film, and that film would oftentimes rot the egg. So yeah, just take a damp
Interesting.
cloth and just literally, you can even take a toothbrush if you want with water and just scrub them off, and then when you're done, dry them very dry. And you'll be completely fine. It happens all the time to us. So
Make sure you
it's
dry
real
'em,
kind-
though.
But yeah, you got to dry them.
Or
Yeah,
they're
because
drowned.
if they're wet, they're bad. Exactly. But yeah,
Silver Cash came back to say, I'm down for the tub challenge, Lori. Loser buys pizza and wine.
Yeah,
Oh, shit, man.
I like this.
That sounds good.
and a Caesar salad, just to,
Yeah,
just
'cause
to
you
make
wanna,
it
yeah,
healthy.
you want to, yeah, you definitely want to mix up the Caesar
Totally.
salad. Yeah.
I don't know. You guys are crazy. Nobody should eat pizza with salad.
It's not true.
Wait,
let
you
you
shouldn't
win
eat
this.
salad with pizza or pizza with salad.
Either.
Either.
So if
She's
you,
saying keep them separate
Keep 'em
regardless.
separate.
Separate pizza and salad.
Really? I always think they're synonymous.
I just
You
love to
how
put
many
salad.
times do you eat
top of
salad
my
with a
pizza.
pizza?
Pizza Hut used to have a salad bar, but that's not great pizza. But
I'm
regardless.
asking Brian.
Yeah.
well, whenever we go to Buddy's or
And I-
Louis,
And it is good. Isn't
that's
it?
antipasta
That's
kind of-
because
salad.
you would go for the anapasta.
Kind of
salad.
refreshing though. It's like you have a slice, you sweat, you get a refreshing slice of salad because of the water.
Yeah, hydrate you.
Hydrates
Why are you
you.
sweating from your pizza?
It's just greasy. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's like the grease comes sweating from
I
your
don't
pores.
understand either one of you.
That's just what happens.
Simple man, he
what's
threw
up?
50 again. He says,
Thanks.
"Sorry, Noah,
Shit,
just
dude.
giving you some shit."
For what?
No, for about his
fish.
perch, yeah,
No, I'm just
or whatever.
I'm
pickle.
jocking your balls.
He says, "I hope you all have a great night." And what is the difference between lizards that can detach their tail and ones that can't, like baby Kush versus the caiman lizard?
So thank you for the support, by the
Yeah,
way.
dude. Totally.
I think that it is interesting. I think that
good question.
there are some lizards. First off, all lizards can lose their tail,
Really?
but some you have to
Pull really
really
hard.
pull. You have to really like a dog can
makes
lose
sense.
its tail.
It can
right?
lose its arm if you pull
Right,
hard
yeah.
enough.
But some
Super smart.
lizards like geckos and caiman lizards and stuff like that, they use it as a defense mechanism. Whereas like a baby Kush has that bite as a defense mechanism or those claws as a defense mechanism. So it's just a matter of defense mechanism. The ones obviously a leopard gecko isn't going to fight its way out of something, right? It's
Yeah.
not going to fight its way out. Whereas baby
Yeah.
Kush certainly could.
I have another question about lizards that maybe you can answer. Why is it that Cheech and Chong, our two new Argus monitors, they almost don't know they can bite? They it's almost like they don't even know that is how they can defend themselves.
Yeah.
They never strike
Never
for me.
try to.
They never try to.
Yeah.
They just run.
Yeah.
And that's so opposite of what I think would happen in nature.
Yeah, I think that
Is it because they're
Well,
habituated?
probably.
I think it's because they
probably
don't
when
know
they're,
yet. Yeah.
They're so young and so small. Their best defense is going to be
Yeah,
to
to
run
run,
yeah.
versus biting.
Yeah,
and
when they
maybe
get a little
as
bit
they
bigger,
get bigger,
I think
then
that and hopefully you'll just have them tamed by the time they get to the size where they can realize, like, hey, I can bite and do some damage.
I think they will be. I mean, I hold them every time I see them. And I think that's all you need
that's
to
all
do.
you can do. Yeah,
That's all you can do.
Yeah, even Flapjack is starting to really chill out.
Wow,
you know,
that's
and,
awesome.
and that's
That's a black-throated, right?
black-throated
Yeah.
monitor, and that thing was freaking mean as hell. Yeah, just by nature, it's just starting to calm down now. You know, and I think in another 6 months it'll be like a puppy dog.
He got huge.
Oh my
dude. He's
God!
so
So
big.
I was holding Chong. I held them both, but this story is about Chong, the bigger one. And oh my God, it was actually really cool. So I grabbed him out, and I'm just holding him, and I was just looking at him like this, and he got out of my hand, and he just shut up my arm, on my shoulder, all the way across my shoulder onto my other arm, and I was like, oh my God. And he ran my body.
That's really cool. That's
he ran
sick.
it like a racetrack. He was like, and he came up. Oh, whoa! I was like, thank God he didn't jump off. And
And then you have to go run after him.
but it was really cool just feeling him run across my body. I was like, what the fuck, buddy?
Yeah, they are super cool. They're really neat. And I think
yeah, I
they're going
love
to be
'em.
nice when they get bigger, when they're super tame.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
were
'cause
both
yeah.
sitting out today, and you just saw both their eyes like peeking out. It was so sick.
Yeah, they're
Super Jurassic
cool.
Park.
I love monitors. They're so cool.
I love him too.
Court says, check out the new River Gorge Bridge in West Virginia, specifically the aerial drone shot. So,
Let's get it.
new River Gorge Bridge.
New River Gorge.
Sounds
Bridge.
horrible.
I wonder what's so special about this one. We're gonna find out. I wonder if it's tall or if it's.
Oh,
You know what's interesting is I've been across a few of these bridges.
even when we went to Arizona,
Yeah,
right?
even when we went to Arizona. And what happens is, as a matter of fact, when you go across, of course, the Hoover Dam, there's
yeah.
that bridge like that. When you're on it, it doesn't feel like anything but a road.
No, you're right.
You know, so it doesn't feel like. I mean, if you were looking from below, it's a horrible looking bridge.
That's beautiful, though.
But when you're on it, it doesn't. It feels like just a road that's suspended.
Because there's none of the stuff above.
Right, yeah. So it feels like just a suspended road. So those bridges don't bother me that much, to be honest with you.
That looks like the trestle that we crossed. It really does.
At Grand Ledge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We crossed a live trestle because I let these fucking buffoons
Yeah, talk you into
talk
it.
me into it because
Yeah.
I wasn't just going to be left behind for 3
And look
hours.
at now you're going on bridges by yourself to get over your fears.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Way
alone.
different. That bridge I went on did not have a live train potentially coming at any moment.
You
lot
could say,
less-
you could have said
yeah,
no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny about that?
your fault.
One last quick thing about that story is after we did that, I bought a book by Stephen King that had that same exact scenario.
Or somebody died.
Nobody died.
Oh.
They made it out just barely in time.
Yeah.
But I mean, when he was writing it, it was like my whole
You were
experience.
reliving it.
I was reliving it to a cue, but obviously, thank God, in our world, the train never came.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the train. I've been there like 3 times. I've never seen
Yeah.
the train.
Thank
Maybe
God.
there's no train.
There might not. I
There
don't know.
might not be,
But the tracks are worn down, so you'd think there would be, but you never
Right.
know.
I never know.
Mama Tomsky in the building. She says,
Hi,
"Hi Jay,
Mama.
your brother is here with his mail order bride." And hi Barcheck. Love the vlog today. So funny, Lori, Brian, poor Jeremy.
is that a
LMAO.
real thing?
No, she's Russian and my mom's racist. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. No, we're Russian. We're Russian too, but she always calls her Russian mail order bride.
Oh, look at
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Mom's savage. I like it.
You know what
Yeah, I
I'm
like that.
That's
I like
it.
that.
dude.
Yeah. And Jeremy
she see-
deserved it.
Does she say that to her face?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my God.
100%. Are you kidding me? You know how awkward? 100%.
No, yeah, that's how I'm saying. That's fucking horrible. Sure makes your brother feel great.
I know.
about
He's like, "Ma, please stop." I
He's
appreciate
like, I
it.
finally got one.
Yeah, and you're ruining it.
I finally got one that I didn't pay for. And you're saying I paid for.
Yeah, that's bullshit, Ma.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know if he didn't pay for
Yeah,
it. He
we
might have
really
paid.
don't know. She came out of nowhere. I don't
Yeah.
know.
She doesn't even speak English. She was like, oh, it's a vodka.
It's just vodka. Yeah, that's all they know how to say.
Curtis says, first clutch of corn snakes hatching right now. So pumped.
Wow, that's cool. That's early too. That's an early corn snake clutch. So
That
that's
is.
good.
You know
Yeah,
how
congrats.
he does.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's like early and
yeah,
premature.
real quick. Yeah, a little premature.
He's a
Premature
preemie.
correlation.
He was born preemie and he breeds preemie.
Lever's Bird says, thanks. Now I have to order pizza. Noah, I think you will
What's up,
like
baby?
Hatari. Imagine if you were
yes.
paid to catch animals in Africa to fulfill zoo requests way back in the day. Lori, ever try plum wine?
Plum wine.
Yes, we have. We have. Remember when we tested? We did a test. There was a
Oh,
plum
that's
one.
right. There was a plum wine there.
Yeah, it was good.
It wasn't
I
bad.
think it was good. I don't know.
I think the plum wine was my favorite of that, actually. To
That's
be
what
honest
I
with you.
think too, but I
Yeah.
could be lying.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. But I like sweet wine. I don't,
Yeah.
drink lately, but I like sweet wine. You're not such a sweet wine person.
She's more of a sweetheart.
She's a sweetheart.
that's
She's
adorable.
sweet.
Aw.
Yeah, she sure is.
Also, Hatari. I actually have that written in my notes. I haven't watched it yet,
Yeah, it sounds,
but we will watch it soon.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
Cool.
Silver Cash says, I'm going to start looking up hotels around to see how much to get a flight, try to make anniversary in September or my B-Day in October.
Yeah, and yes, I'd love that. And obviously we haven't really even started making plans for anniversary, if we're going to do an anniversary weekend here or not. I don't know. It's just, I mean,
The world's ever changing, so it's hard.
Yeah, we just don't know what September is going to look like right now. I would like to think that things are starting to look better every day,
Yeah.
And I heard that Illinois, which so I in my opinion, and this can be completely wrong, but what I think, it seems like New York, Michigan, Illinois, and California have been like the 4 toughest states on this, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Washington is in there as well. Washington State, I should say. But so New York is opening up in July. 100% capacity.
Yeah.
Still mass, but 100% capacity.
Really?
Illinois announced that in July 11th, June 11th, they're opening up full capacity.
Wow.
So it'll be interesting to see if Michigan is hopefully full capacity at some point soon. And certainly September's long enough away where I would certainly like to think that we're in good shape. So do you want to do a even if it's a 1-day anniversary thing? Because we didn't last year, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like you said, it's really, we can't really think or even plan
That far
about
ahead.
that because we just don't know.
Yeah.
And without
true.
where we're at now, we can't. Maybe in the next month or two we'll
Right.
get an indicator.
Right.
What it could be. And honestly, the reality is it'll probably not ever be what it was
Yeah.
with before.
At least not for a while.
With an unlimited number and stuff.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of different things, and
Well, I
I'm
almost
not
wonder, yeah.
against doing something, but
We'll
Stay
have to
tuned
think
for
through
it, right?
yeah,
We'll
it's a
have to
little
think it
bit it's a little bit hard to
Yeah,
plan
it would be
for
tough
right
to
now.
think about like having hundreds of people in the Reptarium again at one time.
But it's just
You
like
know?
it all depends on the climate of the world. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? We can't make a
Well, it
decision.
is the climate of
that
the world,
far.
but we've also changed kind of
Business
how
model, yeah.
how
I know,
we're
but
working too. So like, I
It's
don't
a-
know.
You
It's
can make
hard to say.
exceptions though for an anniversary. Like
yeah,
you
like for a
can-
one-time deal,
Yeah,
having like a Saturday where it's like open
Like old
from
school,
12
yeah.
to 9, and it's whoever
Could.
shows up can come in. I think it's a possibility, but hopefully, regardless, either that or we'll see you for your B-Day in October.
Yep.
Yeah, just stay tuned.
And I'll give you a kiss
Oh my.
Yeah, Frenchie.
And that's it for now.
on the butt cheek.
Frenchie
Yeah, that's it.
on the butt cheek.
On the butt cheek.
Oh my god.
And then he's going to tattoo his name on
Bend
there.
over. Mwah.
Mwah.
Oh gosh.
You're ridiculous.
I know. I'm bored. I'm
You know
hungry.
what?
And I'm.
Yes. Well, we have food.
So
I
what
do have a
happened?
We
quick
have food.
story that I forgot earlier. 'Cause
please.
I
Okay,
wanted
yeah,
to
sure.
say when we were talking about the dogs and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I go to the gym today,
Mm.
the only person there is Ken, the owner, but he
Yeah.
has his new puppy
Yeah, new puppy.
who's there.
Pit bull.
So, yeah, super cute, Cash. So when I come up, he actually comes around. He comes running towards me.
Okay.
And he runs down to my feet, and he was like, saying something to him. So I was like, okay, like, is it okay? I don't want to interfere with whatever training you have or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, you can pet him. So I go down, I start petting him. I'm talking to Ken. All of a sudden, I have my flip flops on,
Oh no.
and I feel
Yeah.
wet on my foot. he just pisses all over my foot. He's just all like, yeah.
He's
and
so
just
happy, he just started
peeing.
peeing.
I love that.
I
It's
was
so
like,
cute.
oh, I think he just peed on my foot. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, dude, it's fine. Like,
Yeah, it's a
I
puppy.
am not worried. But it was just so funny. He was just so happy.
That was
So it's-
today?
Yeah.
I have something similar that happened. I was editing in here, and Liam was next to me.
Oh yeah, this is good. This is
and,
good.
and Liam was next to me, and he just starts like doing jumping jack. He just starts like going like this, and then I get hit with a waft of just nasty green poop. I could smell the green. You know when you have a green poop, it has that pungent, different smell.
Bile.
It's
Yeah.
almost more vegetable-y.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like, oh, what is? I was like, what is? I'm like, is that me? Like, this came out of nowhere, and Liam is just doing his jumping jack. He's just like, yeah. And then I'm like, what is going on? A little bit of it drops out of his thing. I'm like, Liam.
He comes running upstairs.
Yeah, I come running upstairs to go get fucking
Yeah.
the daddy, Anthony.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, your fucking kid just pooped his pants. Like, you want to change it? And Anthony was just like, oh yeah, man, you know how that goes. And he turns around and just walks away. I'm like, no, dude, no, you're changing this now,
Yeah,
bro.
like, I'm editing in this room.
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
It's coming out. It needs to.
It needs to go.
And then he didn't even have a diaper with him. I was like, bro, you have a baby, you need a diaper at all times, man. What are you doing?
He had it in the car though. He did.
Oh,
have one
he
in the car.
did?
Yeah, he went and
Okay.
changed him outside.
Oh my god! I thought he had to go home. I was like, dude, like, I was like, this is crazy. Like, he had a poop dance. He had a poop dance.
Yeah.
It's
Sometimes
a
you gotta-
coming.
Yeah.
Gotta
Well, now
get
you know
that.
the warning signal, bro.
Right.
He was, oh my god, something similar. I went to a couple open mics last night, and I was just driving around. We were in Detroit, so you know, shit happens. And on the side of the walk, on the sidewalk, there was this crazy man. He was just running. He was doing claps, like he was clapping, like clapping. And so I stopped. I'm like, dude, are you okay? Like, what's up? Are you okay? She's like, yeah, just doing CrossFit, bro. Just doing CrossFit. I'm like, are you sure?
I don't think you're doing it
I don't think
right.
you're doing CrossFit, man. I think that's crack cocaine.
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, it's all good. It's all good. And then this fucking dog walked up to me and he was just like, woo, woo, by the crack rock.
Where that?
No, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. But the CrossFit
CrossFit
crackhead thing did happen.
Remember when we were down in Detroit with Bernsey, that when we went to that restaurant, the Italian restaurant?
Yeah.
And we were walking and the guy was like arguing with himself.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, those guys are crazy down there.
We can go deep into this, but we don't have to if we don't want to. Do we want to or do we not want to?
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel bad because, you know, a lot of people have been in very similar situations. You know what I mean? Like, I've definitely been close to that, like, crackheadish state in part of my life, sadly. You know, and so every time I see somebody like that, I feel bad because I know that it's not a lost hope. I know that they still have potential
Sure.
to do great for the world, and like, you know, and it's something that really sucks to see because
Yeah.
you know that a majority of them, you know, if they really had their minds uncalloused away from this sickness, they could actually do something with their life.
Sure.
And it just it does
one
suck.
day. Yeah, one day
Does
there was
suck.
they were a kid that had all the, you know, potential in the world and things
Yeah.
looked bright, and they had probably a mother and a father that thought they were going to be great, and something went awry down the road, you know, and it's a sad thing, man.
It is
really
sad.
I agree with you. I have empathy for those people, not just the people out on the streets, but even the drug addicts that do have homes, which happens too. I mean, you know,
Oh
now
my God,
probably,
yes.
you know,
Especially
so,
with
yeah,
crypto. Everyone's just got so much money. It's
yeah,
just,
yeah, crypto
I'm sorry.
crackheads, crypto crackheads.
The crypto crack.
Yeah,
But-
but yeah, I mean, listen, you know, I mean, even
Yeah.
rich people have the same problems, right? You know,
course.
there's always
Sometimes worse because they have more money to
yeah, just do whatever
supply
they
their
want.
habit.
Yeah,
Like that Richard Pryor. Have you ever heard of his hour he did The Man on Fire?
yeah, I did. It was a great special,
It's
actually. Yeah,
Because
because he was a freebaser. Yeah,
he literally got caught on fire and
Yeah,
he was
because
like
he was-
running down the street or something like that.
yeah, that's what happened. I actually remember when I mean, way before the
Yeah.
special.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
the headlines about Richard Pryor
Man, yeah.
setting himself on fire by accident while he was freebasing, and you know how they had to put him out on the street and stuff like
Isn't
that.
that
And it was
crazy?
like news. And then ultimately he did a special, you know, making fun of it. You know,
I want-
not making fun of it, but a part
Well,
of his stick.
I mean,
you know?
definitely probably making fun of it a little bit.
Yeah, saying like, what an idiot I am. I freebased myself and caught myself on fire.
That's really, it's so many things at once. I wonder if Ricky Bobby and Will Ferrell caught inspiration from Richard
Maybe.
Pryor and the Man on
Had
Fire.
to, yeah,
Because
had to.
if you've seen Talladega Nights, you know the fire scene. That's one of the most classic scenes in the
Yeah.
whole movie is of him running around. You're not on fire. I'm on fire. He's just naked all of a sudden. He's just running like,
Save me, Tom
what
Cruise.
the fuck happened?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I love that movie.
No, it was a good one. It was a good one. But yeah, no, Richard Pryor, I remember when he set himself on fire.
That's crazy. Do you remember?
No,
You don't remember? It was probably in the,
Probably 70s.
probably
you're
like,
older than me.
well, by not much.
I
But
mean, like, what,
Enough.
20 decades?
yeah. But
200
I mean, it was
years.
probably like late 70s.
Yeah, it had to be.
So you're probably
still a
10
wee
years old
babe.
or something like that.
Yeah, she was only 6.
6, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Next Tupa.
And Silver Cash says, "Have an awesome night. Thanks, y'all."
Thanks,
And that is
Silver
Thank you.
Cash, for everything. We appreciate you.
You wanna
We
wrap
appreciate
her up?
everybody. Yeah, we appreciate everyone. So you wrap her up.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. Make sure you eat a good meal tonight, all right?
Yeah,
Don't
I
get that
need to.
McDonald's. Don't do none of that. Take care of your body. Take care of your health. If you're doing drugs, don't do drugs.
Don't.
All right? Don't do
Yeah.
drugs, kids.
Don't.
Especially the kids, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not kids.
Definitely not
If
kids.
you're under
No.
10,
Or
don't do
dogs.
drugs.
Don't do drugs. And if you're a baby and you're crying and your mom's trying to give you alcohol, don't take it. Just stop crying.
Yeah,
Just stop crying. It's
yeah.
going to start a bad habit from a very young age.
Yeah, happened to me.
So with that being said, you guys have been checked in.
Yeah.
All of the bar check news for the week.
Yes.
And we will see you in the next episode. Peace.
See you guys. Good night.